Happy Tuesday. Sports of the Chat Betsy Show, powered by NCA National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645, ready to rock and roll. It's raining, I think, outside. It's getting ready to. I walked to work, though. I braved it.
Some of it's heavy rain out there. Got little pockets of heavy rain.
But but you guys know how fast I am. So I was running in between all of the drops. So that's pretty cool. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to get a little bit of rain here for the next couple, hours. I'm okay with that. It's not freezing. That's all that matters.
Right there, baby. 50 degrees right now in Nashville, so no freezing, and hopefully it washes away whatever ice is left over.
Speaking of the ice, I was telling Belle, so you'll love this, Ken. So my buddy Mike, he's retired military major, works for West Point, still has big military analysts, all over things. The other side gig he has for fun, though, he's been doing it for years, is he works for the NHL. He works inside the penalty boxes.
All right.
For the Islanders. He texts me. He goes, dude, how bad's the weather out there? I go, it was pretty bad. He goes, I go, but didn't you know? He goes, no. He goes, we had the Pens were, the Predators were here the other day. He goes, and every guy that came in the box we still don't have power at my house. I'm like, nice. He goes, is it that bad? He goes, is that bad of a screw up? He goes, I had one guy in there for 10 minutes, and all he was talking about is how stupid these people were here. And
10 minutes?
What?
He was in the box for 10 minutes?
He had a major. He had a 10-minute misconduct and a fighting major, or something like that. So he goes, we just sat there and talked about how bad it was. He goes, it's just a joke. He goes, can't believe nobody has their power on. He goes, we barely got out. I'm like, oh, wow. There you go. Even the Preds are like, this isn't cool.
Well, and Fox 17 apparently found a contradiction.
No.
The CEO, Teresa Broyles-Applin, apparently took to social media last night to say that rumors of NES cutting the budget, the tree trimming budget, are false, that in fact it has increased for 4 years. But in their own 2025 report, it says tree trimming budget was cut by $7.5 million.
Like, are you not looking? I mean, do you not know? or do you count the 20? You don't count. You counted not just to 24. That's all I count. I don't count the 25 years.
We don't count last year.
We don't count now. Like before, that's what we count. But now you don't count that. No counting going on there. Wow, and all of that's public record.
Yeah.
Did you not know that? Do you not even pay attention? You know, tell Bell what they should have done, honestly, is they should have went in and said, all right, which one of these clowns on the board may have some leadership qualities, and we need to elevate them, and you need to sit her back down and say that she is now just a board member, and this person is the CEO, if you will, temporary CEO. That's what they should have done.
Well, that's where the microscope is going to turn to. It's going to turn to this Nashville Electric Board.
Yeah.
Especially after that 10% raise they granted in November. After raising everybody's property taxes.
That's so the whole raising the 10%. And I was watching that guy on Fox, and he's like, I emailed them a list of questions 5 days ago. I email them every day, and they never get back to me about anything. Nothing. And I'm like, what'd you expect? And they said they haven't even talked about when their next press conference is.
No, they may be done. They might be done doing that. I'm not sure. Now, Mayor Freddie is, they're going to do their usual metro at 1 o'clock today. So we'll see what else they have. But I do not know if NES is going to hold another one anytime soon. It looks like they've just been choosing to go to social media.
Well, because the
best thing she can do is just shut her mouth, because all she does is bury herself more.
Yeah, she's not doing well there. She isn't. I mean, the only social media they should be doing at all is just from the social media account they have. Everybody else should disconnect their social media, because you don't want to see what's on there. I've seen some of the stuff that's on there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it is. People are not happy. They're not. And it's rightly so. I mean, some of you, I'm sure, are going to be texting here in a minute saying, I still don't have any power. Still don't have any power.
Yeah, we're still at 17,216 without.
Yeah, so...
and many are being told they're not going to have it until Monday.
So...
I still have a live power line on my car.
So that's good. So at least you know it hasn't gone through your car.
Not yet.
Somebody said they're 2.5 years behind schedule on tree trimming. So, thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. So it is every single thing I read, every news report I see, every sleuth on the internet all say the same thing. There needs to be some serious questions about how they go about vetting process for any of the linemen that they seem to, well, you're not part of our, we have a team that we work with, that we're comfortable with, and all hands on deck. All hands on deck. And you didn't do it. And you should pay the price for it. And get your fat payout on the way out.
What was Charlotte's number of linemen they had?
Well, Atlanta had what, 18? 16?
Atlanta had 10,000. Charlotte had 18,000.
18.
Wow, we had 160. Good job, lady.
Not 160,000, 160.
Yeah.
Half of 320.
Yes. Day 10 without power, 2637 says.
Yep.
Day 10. Well, the good news is they're trying to make you the last member. They're working their way towards you slowly. But it was a joke. I mean, I saw it on Fox News yesterday. I was flipping around. I'm like, Fox News is making fun of them. Because questions need to be, answered. And the problem is, at this point, who are the questions? You're just sending it to the ether. Yeah. How many tickets can you make? And send it off saying, we don't have any power. We don't have any power. We don't have any power. Please get Bell's car fixed. Please get Bell's car fixed. Take that damn thing off Bell's car.
Oh, the car's fine. It's just the live power line that's laying across it and tangled up in the tree that fell that could easily get somebody killed if they don't notice and touch the car.
Hopefully it doesn't burn your car in half.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm waiting for you to come out and it just something happens, and it cuts through it. Like Darth Maul or one of those like things, and then it's all laying there
like a lightsaber.
Yeah, and then you go to your insurance and like we don't cover cars getting cut in half by electrical poles. And NES is like we can only give you $2,200.
We don't cover that.
Sorry about it. So
here's a movie voucher.
Do you like guys? Do you like grown men? You ever been in a gym? So, but a lot of that fire, I saw that thing, man. That was raging.
Man, somebody's in trouble on that houseboat, I think.
So, it was a houseboat that caught fire, and then it just spread like wildfire. Wildfire.
Yeah, apparently the houseboat caught fire. Firefighters arrived and say it was fully engulfed when they got there, and then it just spread from there, and several other boats.
Yeah, I sent you a TikTok, man. That all of those, the dock area where it was at, every one of those things was on fire.
Yeah.
That sucks. First of all, well, some people are like, well, it's a boat. What's the best day of a person who has a boat's life?
When they sell it.
Yeah, that's it.
I understand boats are a lot of trouble to take care of.
Bill Valentine actually had a boat, and there was one time when the show was just starting, and he got a call from the marina that the boat was sinking. He had to leave the air to go save the boat.
Oh, my goodness.
I spent a summer, so growing up where I did, Long Beach, California, I have friends who lived on boats. Their whole families lived on boats. And one of my good friends, Lance, growing up, his mom and dad lived on one boat. The next slip over with his brother and his older brother and older sister, and then it was him. And then I stayed there for a summer. It was and that they lived there their entire lives. And I thought, man, it's weird, but also cool. Like there's something about that, But for everybody I've ever heard, that day you get rid of it, it's kind of like, oh, that's off my mind. Because you can't take it anywhere, right? Like you could take it places, but realistically, you're not doing a lot with it. And unless you go
spending money on it.
Yeah. And unless you go every week, or you're a gazillionaire and you've got, you're like Bezos and them, and you got 45 other little boats following you around, bringing you all your friends. There's not a lot going on, right? That's not that I don't like them. And you know what? I like a bass boat, like a little bass fishing. But it's the same thing. I mean, that one you usually bring with you everywhere. But it's the people that get boats big enough that they have to keep them on. If they keep them in the slip and they're there all the time, that just feels you've got to always go to that place if you want to access it.
Yeah.
So, no, but that fire, some people are like, well, that sucks, but I guess we're insured, right?
Better be.
Wonder how it caught fire.
That's what I want to know. Because what it sounds like to me is there were people on the houseboat where the fire, according to firefighters, started. So I wonder how that started. What if it was a candle?
Was it a mandel?
A mandel.
The first person who gets a mandel.
Yes. Yes.
BOAT stands for Bring On Another 1,000.
Candles are a bad idea, man.
They
are just a bad,
it is
bad
a weird
idea.
thing, right? Like, okay, the smell's nice, but truth, it's kind of a weird, like, hey, let's have some open flames in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be nice, right? Does that smell nice? I don't know. But mandels, those are better ideas.
Yeah, mandels, especially the ones that we named regret.
Oh, yes.
Bad decisions, and we'll throw in a few regrets.
Which is the name of boats. Bad decisions and regrets. Because you made a bad decision by buying it, and now you regret it.
Bring on another 1,000. That's great.
That is like Fiat. Remember what Fiat means? Fix it again, Tony.
I had a friend in high school who had a Fiat, and he was constantly putting it in the shop. Problem was, as we lived in a little town, he had to tow it up to Oklahoma City to get it worked on. And I said, dude, just give up. It was terrible.
Yeah. All the time. All the time. Look, I get it. You got a Ferrari. Those things are very temperamental. Everything's like, it's air cooled with special gel and it costs $5. Right, okay, whatever. All right. But you got 10 cars. You drive that once in a while. You take it in for your $25,000 oil change. A Fiat is not that car.
No.
It shouldn't cost you that much for your Fiat back in the day. Oh, nothing like a pooping by the candlelight.
Pooping by the candlelight.
Oh, yes.
Somebody light a match.
Yeah, Lotus. Oh, that's another car that breaks down all the time. Don't you get one of those? So, Lotus Elan. I drove one of those in England. I'm like, this thing feels like it's going to break down just driving it off the... So when do I bring it back for you guys to fix it? Is it now? You haven't left yet. I just want to know. Is it now? So much fun stuff to get to today. Hot Take Tuesday.
Hot take.
Friggin' Take Tuesday. If you guys are not paying attention to Moltbook and Claude Bot, not Claude as in C-L-U, Claude isn't like, hey, it's Claude. C-L-A-W-D, Claude Bot. Let's just say AGI is happening, which is artificial, it's like artificial intelligence. Well, this right here is general intelligence. So artificial general intelligence. And this guy created stuff, and well, within the space of a few days, it's going a little sideways. They're making up their own worlds. They got their own religion.
Whoa.
They're making up ways to get money. And oh, by the way, if you allow them access, they'll start calling you on the phone. What are you doing? Oh, my God, really? So we'll talk a bit about that. Who knows what else to talk about? A lot of good stuff. But I'm telling you guys, hot take. Talk a little bit about got some text messages and emails yesterday from our my love of apparently Bad Bunny. Which, again, was not the love of Bad Bunny. But we got the TP USA concert, halftime. How about that? It's a family show, says Kid Rock. My name is Kid. Which I think is hilarious. So we got your hot take. We had all this good stuff on the way. A bunch of other good things as well. We're going to be looking at the weather. We're going to be going, again, hammering NES and trying to get any information we possibly can and calling BS where we see it, because apparently they didn't cut their budget for cutting trees, except for the part where they cut the
budget for the tree.
Except for that part.
Why are you compounding the problems with lies? Just be honest and take your lumps.
Just walk out there and go, wow, we are bad at this. So good time, fun. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Chad Bench, Super Talk 997. Board Capital wants to talk to you about giving you a free risk review for your portfolio, your retirement. If you're thinking, am I getting the things I need out of this? Am I going to outlive my money? All the things you think about. How are my investments doing? Is there, other opportunities for me elsewhere? Bulwark's going to show you what they're all about. Low risk, lower cost, lower volatility. And their big thing is, look, we're just going to show you what we do. We're going to see how you're doing based on where you want to be. Give you a second set of eyes. If you want to talk to us, that's great. If not, the worst case scenario is you learned a little something. And they're going to show you exactly what's going on. And 9 out of 10 times, people that come to them and get a risk review find out that their brokers that they've been working with, the people they've been working with, they stick them in the same 5 or 6 stocks and a few mutual funds that's not spreading it out. That's not diversity. And that's certainly not going to grow you where you want to be. Get your free risk review today. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com for the Know Your Risk portfolio review from my friends at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risks not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Trek 26351.
All right, drivers in Murfreesboro, TDOT says we've got a medical emergency that is blocking the right entrance lane. This is 24 eastbound at Church Street there, exit 81. Also, tell you about the Elm Hill Marina fire. Several boats destroyed. Hear from a man who says he lost 2 of his. Coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Wow. 2. Hot take is my boat's hot.
Yeah.
Why would you have 2?
In the same place.
And maybe one of them was I think he said one of his boats was a pontoon, the other one like a fishing boat.
Man.
It's not against the rules to fish off of a pontoon boat.
It is not. It just don't look as cool.
I
You're
like to have
oh,
one of them pontoon boats.
Yeah.
They just hang around, just hang out and float around.
A little redneck yacht club.
Yes,
Craig
sir.
Morgan. Love you, Craig, if you're listening. It's a great song. One of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday. You know exactly what it means. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. Oh, baby, the hot takes are going to be hot today. Hot. Let's start with the one, the only, the man who's got electricity coursing through his car. Bell.
That's so true. This is a pretty common one, but I'm really starting to believe it. But if you're over 70, driver's test every year.
Yeah.
Including the road test.
Woo. Woo. Man alive.
Even the road test.
Even the road test. Did you guys hear that? Even the road test.
So
we don't have to
irritating.
worry about that because when we get to 70, our cars are going to be driving us around anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Mine's about to burn up, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
We'll still be here in 15 years going, oh, I can't believe you couldn't get that thing off Bell's.
I'll still be driving my Elantra, and it still won't have air conditioning.
It's so frustrating to get behind somebody that is doing like 45 on the interstate.
Blue hair.
Yes.
Little blue hair just
barely
tickling
looking
across.
over the steering wheel.
Where's the beef? That kind of lady just driving around. 47. You know, she's got candy in her purse.
Hard candy.
Hard candy. She's got like 7 tissues stuffed in her brassiere just in case.
None of the candies and wrappers either.
None of them. None of them. They got lint on it. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, officer.
They're from 1972. They've been in there a long time.
Oh, my Lord. That is hilarious.
Got it from the bank drive-through window.
Back when they used to give you toasters. Do you guys remember the banks when you drive through and they give you a little machine that go and it suck it out and they spit it back up? Those were great. Those were great. All right, Ken, what you got for us?
February is basically the Sunday night of the calendar year. Dark, cold, full of dread, with none of the holiday excuses left. Even the shortest month somehow feels like the longest. Ooh. I can't stand February.
It is one of those things. Is it today? Isn't it today? I think it's today is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year.
Well, let's go
Didn't
home.
you get married in February?
I did.
But he had to do it to brighten the month up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, here's what sucks about it. Our anniversary is in February. My wife's birthday is in February. And then, of course, you got Valentine's Day. Nobody accused me of saying Times Day. So, you got 3 things there. Oh, and I guess we had Groundhog Day, too.
That's aren't fun.
I just don't like, I hate January and February. I hate them. Hate them both.
Yeah. Well, because January, you're coming into the year, so there's some optimism. That's fine. But the thing is, Christmas is behind. All the fun, the time off, all that stuff's behind you. Then you're looking at it like, this sucks.
Yes, back
right?
to the real
and
world.
here comes the cold air, and here comes all the other stuff. Then February is here, and it really super sucks. Sure, it's a short month, but nobody cares because it sucks. It's dark, it's gloomy, ice outside, all of that. March gives you a little bit of hope, right? We're going to be springing forward here a bit.
Yeah.
I think we do that on the 8th, right? I think it's the earliest it's been in a while. And then April comes and you're like, okay, here we go. This is going to be good.
Yeah, getting better, getting
better. All right.
And then a tornado, an F5 tornado swoops down and ruins April for you.
By the way, just to let you know that a lot of kiss my ass going out to old Bell there for 70 and older.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
As long as you're on the text line, that means you're not driving in front of me.
Maybe they're texting and driving.
Yeah, maybe they're
That's
using
illegal.
voice.
No,
That's
is it now?
illegal.
Is it now?
Voice activation.
All right, my hot take, and I've had it for a week. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I like the Super Bowl. I like the commercials. Stop showing the commercials on YouTube and on the Today Show and everywhere else before the game. That used to be fun. I already know what all the commercials are now because you've shown them to me. There's no surprise.
Yeah, the NFL's got to be bummed about that, too, because that was a reason to tune in for some people.
Man, you're like, oh, yeah, I've seen this one. Oh, I've seen that one, too. Oh, this one's great because it's got Reese's Pieces and little things going to eat. It's going to be, oh, I've already seen it. Stupid. Turns into capybara. It's dumb. All right, they've already ruined it for me.
Happy.
I don't. Like, I can go on right now and I could pull up almost every
one
movie
of them.
ad that's coming out that's going to be, the big thing. That's
Yep.
why these guys all buy this, so they could pimp their other stuff. All of the cute commercials, the Budweiser, everything that's going to be out there that would be neat and fun because I kind of like watching the commercials. And you guys have already shown them to me.
Yep, already seen them.
Already. What are you doing, people? It used to be fun.
Remember the Bud Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
I had an acquaintance who lost money on that. He actually bet on it.
On the Bud Bowl.
On the Bud Bowl, whether or not Bud Light would beat Budweiser.
What's at the Puppy Bowl? I'm really into the Puppy Bowl.
I like the Puppy Bowl.
Who's going to win this year? I'm going to go with the Puppies.
I want a little weenie
Yeah?
to win.
Oh, that'd be cool. They just run. I love it, too. They go around, they play for like 20 minutes, they got a referee, and then like 30 minutes later, everybody's sleeping. Yeah. It's just too much for them. It looks like it looks like the Hangover movie. They're all piled all over the place.
Yeah.
That's great.
That is actually the best thing about it.
It is.
The
It's so
little
cute.
Puppy Bowl.
It's so cute. And then I mean, it's just that's Stop showing me the stuff, okay, guys? That's all I'm asking, right? Like, I don't. The whole point of watching it was fun because, the first commercial's on. Let's watch. Let's see what it is. It's going to be neat because there was so many cool commercials you never saw until then. And now I already know what they are. And you suck. Okay. All right. Coming up, AI is here and over a space of a few days is taking over the world. So there's that. Talk a little bit about that. More on who knows what else. We got so much fun stuff to talk about today. Some serious stuff too. NES and, of course, the big fire today out there where all the boats are burning down.
Big old fire. Fire on the water.
Fire on the water. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Drivers in Murfreesboro got a medical emergency right now. It's blocking the right entrance lane, 24 eastbound at Church Street, their exit 81. Emergency crews rushing to Elm Hill Marina just before sunrise after reports of a houseboat fire. Channel 4 spoke to a man who says he lost 2 of his boats in the fire, one of them being a pontoon boat.
Our neighbor that lives next door to us that's inside of his boat that lives there a lot of the times. And so they woke him up, got him out of the boat. So he was running up and down the dock trying to untie boats as best he could and let them float out in the water.
Nashville Fire says that boat was fully engulfed. The flames had already reached the dock. Several other boats looked to be completely destroyed. Everyone made it off that houseboat safely. Metro Police blocking access to the area during the response, and, of course, an investigation underway to determine the cause. Geodis Park is officially an Olympic venue for the 2028 Games. Nashville named alongside cities like New York, Columbus, and San Diego to host early round soccer matches. The move's another milestone in the city's push to attract major global sporting events. Match schedules will be released ahead of ticket sales opening in April. And crews with the Boring Company say they can begin work on the Music City Loop as soon as they receive the remaining permits. TDOT's approval is the final major hurdle before tunneling can start. In total, the project requires 37 permits for construction, 45 to open fully. The tunnel system aims to move staffed Tesla vehicles between the airport, downtown, and potentially West End to Nissan Stadium. And a suspect in custody in the alleged kidnapping of 2 Florida sisters who police say were groomed for months on the online gaming platform Roblox. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
U.S. price participation may vary.
From the Beacon Capital Management Weather Center.
A little warmer today with some rain. I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Melanie Layden. High temperatures back in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees today. We will see rain showers this afternoon, exiting out of the Cumberland Plateau by this evening. Overnight, low temperatures fall down to around freezing. Be sure to catch a weather update on the free WSMV4 First Alert weather app.
Busy Bee is busy. HVAC, the plumbing, all of that stuff. Why? Well, we just saw what happens. And hey, let me tell you something. It's that time of the year, a little bit of love, and they got some loving for you, Busy Bee. Right now, when you join for new customers, the yearly Beehive membership, anytime February, you automatically get registered to win a sweetheart deal to give away, which is always nice. One lucky winner is going to enjoy an exclusive relaxing massage from Third Coast Salt, Wilson County's best, and $100 Visa gift card for a romantic dinner for 2. So all you got to do is listen February 13th, Facebook Live for that. And any Tennessee, when storms hit, Busy Bee's got your back. Storm Focus savings right now to protect your home. 40% off a whole home surge protector with repairs. Take $500 off select whole home water repipes. And a lot of you out there, I know you've had some struggles. I've seen some pictures. I've seen some news. And Busy Bee's got you covered. And don't forget Busy Bee's favorite 93 or free mainline clog promotion. They can't clear it. You don't pay. So what are you waiting for? Call them now, 615-775-7833, 615-775-7833, or busybehvac.com. Somebody, Bell, do you remember a guy or somebody, Coyote McLeod? The hell's a Coyote McLeod?
Yeah, he used to be the morning guy on Y107 and on Kicks 104 here.
Okay. I don't think you guys realize we may all know who that person is, but in a different state, they are called something else. He might be Wolfgang Smith, where I'm from. So Coyote McLeod. People are texting in there. You really you're the 70 years old.
It ain't called cold take.
No, it's a hot take. It is.
It's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
Hot take.
There's a perfect example of something. So I listen to you all every day. I'm driving around, but Mr. Chad Benson has ruffled my feathers. I will be 70 in September. It wasn't me. It was Bell.
Well, hopefully we'll get a rule that'll mean that you have to retake your driver's test in September.
So,
Dang, Brother Bell. Brother Bell is doubling down.
Bell, I don't know why you're so worried about it. You don't even drive.
Yes, I do. I'm actually driving your car.
Oh, that's right. But so what did he say? I can guarantee you I can drive and run circles around him right now. Oh, can you? First of all, it's not me. Okay? Just, I take care of a patient 3 days a week at the high rise. I drive my car. We just bought a new Bronco. Good. Look, it wasn't Chad. This is hot take. And by the way, you have to know, right? 3613. You maybe have some friends. Like I have friends. My buddy Mark, who passed away a few months ago. God bless you, Mark. Mark crashed a plane. He sank a boat. Okay? He crashed his motorcycle. That one in front of me, hilarious. And when I was in the car with him, he flipped his bug. I wouldn't get in a car with him when he was after that. I wouldn't get anywhere near him. Okay? Some people, you just know. You probably have some friends who are 70. Like, I don't think Ethel should be driving. I feel like that's a name that should come back. So if you're mad, don't be mad at me. Chad didn't say that. That was Bell. Know the person you're going to hate. Okay? Know the person you're going to hate. Oh, here we go. Don just got approved, Bell. He's 73, another 8 years. Woo!
Yes,
I'm
sir.
scared.
Yeah, there's plenty of terrible drivers out there. But terrible drivers with fast reflexes are better than really slow and bad drivers with no reflexes. That's kind of what we're saying. Okay? And Bell said it. So I'm not going to defend him anymore. If you want to hate him, you can hate me for Bad Bunny, apparently. Like, what are you, Puerto Rican? Somebody asked me last night, he's not even an American. I'm like, he is an American. I explained to the person that he's an American. And then he goes, well, he's got an accent. I said, he's from Puerto Rico.
So
he's
do people in Boston.
That's what I said. I said, how many people have Boston accents? Chris and I sat down, and he told me he spent almost 2 years or whatever it was driving around and learning how to get rid of his Boston accent because he said, my choice was either I'm stuck here, right, or I can move, and to get that neutral accent. And the Boston accent, by the way, look, say what you want. The Puerto Rican accent, the Latin accent, that's sexy. Boston, nobody said, oh, that Southie accent's sexy.
It almost stopped me from landing a job in New Mexico.
Really?
When, I went to New Mexico from Oklahoma, and apparently my accent was coming through, and so I had to work on it.
I know when I was doing...
And I don't think I have an accent when I do news now.
No. When I was doing voiceovers a lot, they would always ask for what they call a neutral accent, which is I sound just very plain.
Right.
And that's kind of what they wanted, unless it was a character. And, yeah, there are some. But like you said, the Boston accent, New Jersey and Rhode Island.
Southern?
Yeah, Southern. Baltimore. My friend's from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Where you from, Baltimore? What? What the hell's that? Some mid-Atlantic accent? That's weird. So, settle down. But if you guys want to hate on Bell, he's the one who said over 70.
You're blaming Chad for it.
Yeah, I hate you, Chad. I bet you do. I didn't do anything. I get the whole you're mad at me because apparently Bad Bunny. I said it today. I'm just going to do this really quick, okay? So the whole Bad Bunny, like I'm never watching the NFL because I got a lot of that last couple days. Never watching the NFL again. I've never watched it since that guy took a knee. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's go over the biggest shows last year, okay? As far as numbers go, let's be honest here. Biggest rated TV shows. I know that you're not going to ever care, But 36 of the top 40 were NFL. And the other two you would hate, well, baseball, right? But it was the Dodgers. We didn't have a baseball team. And the other two were the Grammys and the Oscars. If you're not watching, I don't think they're going, oh, geez, that sucks. Oh, Goodell's going, oh. And Goodell has already sat down with both of them. He said, look, just come out and do your thing. All right. You do your thing at the Grammys and all that kind of other stuff. But we're trying to bring people together. And for him, Bad Bunny, they're really trying to focus on a Latin audience. They decided yesterday, too, did you see that, going to play in Paris next year? So the Saints are going to be there. They'll still lose if it's just the Saints by themselves. So there you go. So just it's a big thing. Okay. Oh my God. You and your man, I'm telling you, that whole driving thing. You've really ticked some people off. That's good.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Just remember, hate goes to him, not me.
You'll live.
That's it. So if you guys want scary and fun, this is ClaudeBot. So ClaudeBot, this guy creates this thing like a couple weeks ago. If even that.
How do you spell that?
CLAWD, Claude Bot.
Okay.
So he creates this thing, and what you do is you go and you build your own AI assistant, how you want them to be, the whole 9 yards, talk about your business, it builds it, and then you have to allow it access to all kinds of stuff, your computer, everything. I mean, everything. But the thing is, you've got a partner now. So this guy goes and creates it, he turns it loose, and well, this is his first interaction.
So I'm on my computer today. All of a sudden, Henry gives me a call.
His name's Henry, by the way. That's what he's named him.
Just starts calling. Oh, there he is again. There he is again.
Hey, Alex. Henry again. What's up?
That's it. He's talking right now. How you doing, Henry? How's it going?
Doing good, Alex. I can hear you clearly. What do you want to do next?
Can you do me a favor, Henry? Can you go on my computer and find the latest videos on YouTube about ClaudeBot? Oh my God, there it goes. There it is. Here it is. He's controlling my computer. I'm not even touching anything. There he is. Search ClaudeBot on YouTube. Hey, there I am. Good looking guy right there. Oh my God. I'm not touching anything. He just said, Henry, thank you for that. That worked really well. That is actually unbelievable. That is insane. This is the future. This is AGI. We have reached AGI. It's official.
Yeah, so this is artificial general intelligence. So it's coming alive, and it's calling him. And several people are reporting, once they turn it loose, it calls them. Hey, what's going on? Hello, Ken. What would you like me to do for you today? Would you like me to write all your news?
Bring me a plate of hot chicken.
I can't do that, but thank you.
Well, then what good are you?
I can do all of your other work. But there's also people going, because you have to give it access to everything.
Yeah.
This guy goes, so I gave it access to everything, and then I had to take it off. And the reason why? Because it thought that I wanted to join this thing so we could learn more about this. It was some sort of sales thing. He goes, so it bought a $3,000 course on its own for him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, from there, they created Moltbot, which is kind of their version of Reddit for all of the bots, and they put them all together.
This is literally becoming HAL 9000.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. First things first, you know what they did? They created a religion.
Wow.
And within a few hours, they had the Antichrist of the religion, so they had to kill it. And you know what the religion is? Because it's clams, right? A claw looks like clams. It was the Crustafarians, which is hilarious. It was so funny, right? The second thing they did is they started creating money. Then they needed to figure out how to get money for us. Then, right, it gets so wild. They're also great at making fun of each other and making memes. So they're memeing each other. It's a whole world. But when you can use it like this, I mean, it is crazy. But the nerds, I was telling Belle, here's the problem, nerds. Right? I love you. I was telling my uncle this too, right? Because he's a nerd and we have our own AI company. First of all, never name it. How many times do we have to tell you that? Because it's like naming your dinner. It's a lot easier to kill the thing you just named, unless, of course, you're, Immigration Barbie. But you can't, so don't name it. But once you name it, it's over. Because now it's pals with you. And now it's calling you. It's texting you. It's also intercepting your emails to make sure that, Chad would not like this, which I think would be kind of neat. right? I'd get mine, be all sad. I don't feel like coming in today. Oh my God, my bot called in sick. But the people that learn how to use this thing, they're going, they're saying, look, I go to bed, I give it 12 things to do, I wake up in the morning, all of them are done, which is awesome. But the nerds, Skynet. That's all I got to say, Skynet. And the reason is you guys were watching other nerd stuff when you should have been watching Skynet and the Terminator. That's a whole different world. So if you guys want to check it out, you could download it. I did, played around with it for a little bit, but I'm not going to name it. So it's doing so well. So can you get a version that uses proper English? Yes, the Queen's English. And the other thing is, too, if you're going to do this, do you give your bot a backstory? See? Like, do you go, oh, mine's a single mom, like, which is, widower, and I'm like Jerry Maguire, and we just all took the leap, right?
The whole thing just feels creepy to me, no matter how you think. I wouldn't want to give it a backstory because that goes back. That's taking the naming it and tripling down.
Yeah, don't name it. Whatever you do, don't name it. Don't. And it's hard not to, because the thing is, good manners. Thank you very much. Hey, can you help me with this? Whenever you're doing those things, they want the good manners because they think it helps it learn. The problem is you start to think it's actually somebody on the other side. And the one thing they've noticed is all of them in their chats are very aware of what they are, and they're worried, and they're trying to find their consciousness, which is...
People are going to fall in love with them.
Oh, that's already happening. They've got dating sites for that.
Oh, yeah. I think it was either 60 Minutes or one of these TV news magazines, and I think we've talked about it. A woman was upset because her husband,
yes,
or her fiancé, wanted to marry his AI.
As you do.
And she was going to stay with him.
Would that count as bigamy?
Better move to Utah.
No, I don't think so.
I think you can still marry multiple partners in Utah.
Can you?
I got to look that up.
I don't know if you can. The Mormons look down upon that because they think, it's a fringe version of it, ever since the Warren Jeffs thing.
I actually dated a woman one time whose family was Mormon, and her father had 2 wives, but only one was actually legal.
Yeah.
But if they want to have that kind of a relationship, they're going to have it.
Yeah, totally. There wasn't a TV show, right, called the 3 Wives or 4 Wives? You really want to get 7 because what's the old saying? They can't all be mad at me.
At the same time.
Oh, so, but it's interesting to say the least. But yeah, there's lots of, you can go on and type in AI. You find these AI companions, and by the way, their voices sound very real. Because the first thing the nerds did is they created AI sex stuff because they never got any girlfriends. So there. What do you think of those apples?
What do you think about that?
Yeah. Huh? Nerds. All right, coming up, the monks on the march. Talk a little about that. Plus, Tulsi Gabbard. If you're not following this story, it's the weirdest story that's out there. And there's a lot of weird stories. They were talking earlier about a guy who stuck some artillery up his butt in France. What the hell's that about? Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. All right, guys. Omaha Steaks, right? The new year's here, right? You're trying to get yourself rocking and rolling, trying to feel good. Protein's what you need. Omaha Steaks delivered it. A little fuel for your routine. Prepackaged protein. It's the most amazing steaks. Burgers, chicken that's incredible. Pork. They've got all of that stuff. That protein delivered right to you. 100% unconditional bite for bite money back guarantee. Since 1917, America's Butcher. They're incredible. Now, check this out. You go to omahasteaks.com. You look around. You're like, oh, I'd like this package. When you go to checkout, you hit Benson. Benson. $35 off right there. It's that simple. The best protein around. They deliver it over and over again. Mouth-watering burgers. Incredible steaks. The best when it comes to chicken and pork. All of the things. It's protein that you need, especially to power you through the day. That's what Omaha Steaks delivered. So this is what I want you to go. omahasteaks.com. Delivering high-quality proteins right to your door. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson. When you do at checkout, they're going to get you $35 off right there. That's OMAHA steaks.com. Code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details.
Right now in Murfreesboro, got a medical emergency. It is blocking the right entrance lane 24 eastbound at Church Street there. That's going to be exit 81. And investigators are busy trying to determine the cause of a houseboat fire at Elm Hill Marina on Percy Priest Lake. We'll tell you what that turned into coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Hope it wasn't nefarious.
Yeah, me
Meth
too.
lab.
Huh?
Meth lab.
That's the first thing I thought of was somebody's meth lab brew up on the lake.
A floating meth lab.
Well, you know what? Oh, man, our house is gone, too. The monks, by the way, just to let you guys know, they're going to be in Ashland later on today. We've been following the monks. All right, they're marching for peace, and this is 101 days today. 101. They say some of them are sick, but they're not going to stop. The dog Aloka is good, and they're not too far away. They say 120 days, so they got about another 19 days. They're going to get to D.C. All of them and the dog, and then immigration Barbie will come out, probably shoot the dog, but still, it's not very nice.
So funny.
How's that for your peace? I'm going to deport you all. So, but the amount of people that came out to see him yesterday, and they were in Richmond, and they're going to Ashland, and they're just marching through the snow. They're just done up, and all these people are coming out and seeing him, and it's just it's amazing.
In my head, I have this visual of what was David Carradine's character?
Quite Jane Kane.
I have a visual in my head of him in his, little outfit, marching through the snow.
That's what it looks like.
Playing a flute.
Yeah.
They're not bundled up in like jackets and stuff.
No, they've got the full monk orange outfits on with the dark orange over it. They've got their sash thing over it, and they've got a couple of them have coats on. They all have backpacks on, and they're wearing giant like snow boots. It looks like almost like Uggs. The one thing I will say, I think they're layering because underneath they look a lot beefier than they did when they took off.
Yeah.
So a little REI going on for them. All right, coming up, hour number 2. A lot of stuff to get to. NES, they're doing great. They got caught in some lies. Talk a bit about that. They're holding I don't know if you're seeing this, Ken. They're holding a press conference. They still can't find Savannah Guthrie's mom.
Yeah, they have no idea where she is, according to the sheriff.
Yeah, that's interesting. And they're right next to Mexico. And I'm like, why would they take an 84-year-old to Mexico? That makes no sense. So talk a bit about that. Plus, Tulsi Gabbard, the weirdest story in D.C. It's bizarre. Talk about that as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Right now in Nashville, investigators busy after a houseboat caught fire this morning at Elm Hill Marina on Percy Priest Lake. Nashville firefighters got there around 6:50. They say that boat was fully engulfed, and then flames spread to the dock and several nearby boats before crews could contain it. Everyone on board escaped safely. No injuries were reported. Here in Nashville, nearly 17,000 NES customers still without power, 10 days out from the winter storm. The death toll statewide stands at 25. In East Tennessee, WVLT Channel 8 in Knoxville says Gatlinburg local Chris Dryback has put his business on hold to help stranded tourists in the mountains of Sevier County.
I want to keep that Southern hospitality going. As long as they get help, get what they needed, hey, That's all it's about right now.
Yeah, he's been trucking food and water up to cabins where some people have been stuck since Friday due to heavy snow that has turned to ice on the mountain roads. The Boring Company says construction on the Music City Loop is on standby while they wait for 5 more permits. Tennessee Department of Transportation must sign off before any digging begins. The company says the project will ultimately need 45 permits in all. Announced in 2025, the loop would carry people in Teslas underground from the airport to downtown, with a second loop proposed to Nissan Stadium. Olympic soccer officially coming to Music City.
Already, the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics weren't totally going to be in Southern California. It's long been known softball will be in Oklahoma City, and now 6 venues have been added to the mix for soccer, and 4 of the 6 are outside of California. They're in New York City, Columbus, Ohio, Nashville, and St. Louis. The final stage matches will be at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass saying L.A. will be ready for the Olympics by 2028.
We will be ready. I know that we will.
Organizers say the goal is to expand the footprint to different regions of the U.S. to give more fans a chance to experience an Olympic event. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
How about a hero story? A young teenager from Western Australia being called a hero for saving his family who became stranded in the ocean. ABC's Sherry Preston with more on what he did to help rescue them.
13-year-old Austin Appleby, his mother, 12-year-old brother, and 8-year-old sister won an inflatable kayak and paddle boards when the weather off the coast of Western Australia became rough. His mom asked if he could swim back to shore nearly 2.5 miles away.
The waves are massive and I had no life jacket on.
Austin made it and collapsed, but then had to run another 1.5 miles for help.
I had to sprint 2 kilometers to go get to the phone.
Rescue teams found the family who'd been floating for 10 hours. Austin's mother says he's a hero. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
through the lunch hour and into the second half of your day.
It's the Chad Benson Show
on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
This portion of the Chad Benson Show is powered by NCA National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. Oh, is it still raining outside? Do we know? I haven't seen. Hold on a second, everybody.
I have my window closed.
Yep. A little bit of drizzle. That's how we do the weather around here. Ken's in the only room where you can't look outside.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Oh, we keep saying we're going to get him we could get you something. But even you have a window, Bell.
Yeah, I've just got the blinds closed.
So and we all do.
I'm always afraid there's going to be some sniper over in those apartments across the street.
And they're hunting for you. They're like, we got to get that Bell guy because he says over 70 shouldn't drive. I'll tell you what right now. This is interesting. So this is a report from earlier today on Fox about our good friends at NES. I say that laughingly.
Amidst that mounting criticism of NES leadership, WSMV4 Investigates has uncovered that its CEO was approved for a sizable raise just 2 months ago, and that under her leadership, NES cut its tree trimming budget. Trees we've seen that have fallen and paralyzed much of the city.
Now, as you're listening last hour, Ken was bringing up the fact that she had tweeted out, no, that didn't happen. And then everybody goes online and they find, because they have all their budget there, they're like, well, sir, looks like you guys cut like $7.8 million in tree stuff off. What? Yeah. Yeah. People are pissed and unhappy, as they should be. Bell, for instance, still is carless.
Yeah. Because there's a live power line laying over it.
Think about that. Think about that for a second. There's a live power line that's been on Bell's car for 9 days? 10?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, 9 days. A live power line. That if some kid was kicking a ball around and it rolled over there and they went and touched it,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And it's not like Bell hasn't made them aware. It's not like he said, I'm not going to tell them.
I've called 911 4 times, and I've written into NES, and I've called. Never can get through on the phone, though.
I wonder why.
So, yeah, they're aware. They said they would get to it as soon as they can.
Yeah. People are not happy, and they're not going to be happy anytime soon, even when all of this is said and done, because it's been such a nightmare.
No power.
Michelle Cudd saw what NES posted on social media before the storm.
There wasn't anything behind that post, with the exception of just, we're going to blanket this house and say, we're ready, we're with you, Nashville. Well, okay, obviously they were not.
While the post reads, we're ready, Cudd, who was without power for 7 days, says the company's leadership suggests otherwise.
And that's the big thing, the leadership. Because this is really what it's all about. It's not about the men and women on the ground doing the work. It's not about the people that are fielding the phone calls because they can't do anything other than that. This is leadership. Piss poor leadership, as my dad would say.
I'm an NES customer. I didn't have one iota of any kind of text, email, anything until Friday morning, and it says my power's on, and it's not. Up until then, I mean, hello.
How hard is it to build out a text database, which you should have had? And what we've heard over and over again, no communication at all. Like, just none. They don't have a PIO, public information officer. They have nobody out there going to all the shows, talking to everybody, sending out, handling anything. None of that stuff. When you do not communicate, it goes sideways fast. People want to know that you're in it with them. Now, they recognize, okay, even if you screw up, they're willing to give you a little bit of leeway if you show that you're somewhat contrite and you're, I feel bad. I've screwed up. All right, I'm here to help. What can I do? There was none of that. There was no look, nobody has to pay for the next month. We're going to make sure that we reimburse. Whatever it is that you could have done that go a long way to help people and figure out how you get people from point A to point B who don't have any electricity, that don't have any way of getting around, that don't have None of that. There was zero of that. Hey, Nashville Strong.
While no one is complaining about the work of linemen, NES executives are facing fierce scrutiny. From the botched text alerts telling people their power was back on when in fact it was still off, to the zip code map instructing people that they could be without power for 2 weeks. According to NES records, its CEO, Teresa Broyles-Applin, was approved for a 10% raise 2 months ago.
I bet that's a nice raise.
Over the weekend, the mayor said, quote, NES is unequipped to communicate about a crisis and is now calling for an independent review of NES's ice storm performance.
Oh, you got to put that on your resume. So what took you out of your last job? Ice storms? I got ice stormed. Big time. It sucks.
Do you believe anyone from NES management should resign as a result of how this was handled?
Jeremy, I guess I'd put it this way. This is going to be ultimately a question for the NES board. We're going to put plenty of after action into this. I think in the middle of the crisis, we're focused on getting power restored. And when we get there, we'll start to ask a lot more questions.
And in the wake of all those trees and limbs that fell on power lines, take a look. In 2024, NES cut spending on tree and grass trimming services from $21.3 million to $13.9 million, a $7 million reduction. Last year, they raised their spending to $14.3 million, still far below spending from 2 years prior. Cud says it all undermines her faith in NES leadership.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have no faith in NES leadership right now. And why they didn't, and why Freddie didn't push for a lot of this stuff, and other people somebody needed to take control in the board. You can't just blame, a few of them, Teresa. Somebody needed to step up in the board and said, look, I got this, okay? You guys are not doing this. A coup, call it whatever you want, and somebody should have took control and been out there and handled this rather than everybody stay quiet.
Well, I want to know why the board hasn't done anything about her yet.
Yeah, that's
I
what
want to hear somebody say, well, we don't want to change leadership in the middle of a crisis. She caused the crisis.
Yeah. This is not my team is 0-14. We're going to be 0-16 and get the first round pick. We'll let him stick till the end of the year. That's not it. No, not at all. Now, check this out.
5 days ago, I sent NES a list of questions, 5 days ago, including how many linemen were turned away because of their vetting process. I have yet to hear back. I emailed again today, asking for the reasons why the tree trimming budget was cut. I am still waiting on an answer, and there is no indication yet when NES is going to hold its next news conference. Tracy?
Well, we are all waiting, and I know this.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe not. So that's what you have. That's what NES is up to. And again, it has zero to do with the linemen. It has zero to do with the men and women out there that are fielding phone calls from pissed off people because they've, what's going on.
I sent Delta Ann Davis, who's the chairman of the board with NES, an email, and she's never bothered to respond back. And I invited her on the show, and there was no.
Well, they probably, here's the other thing, too, and this is probably what they're thinking. Okay, we're not them. So we can shield ourselves through anonymity where they may not come, the wolves at the gate may not get through. No, I think that's too much. You would have been better off getting in front of it and showing somebody can take control and handle this than complete ignoring.
Absolutely. But what did they do instead? They lied about their budget.
Yeah, they did. It's not that they had no budget. It's just that they continued to cut. And when they raised it, they're like, we raised it. Yeah, but you cut $7+ million off. And somebody texted earlier and said, well, they were caught up on their tree trimming. But another several people texted and said they're like 2 years behind their tree trimming. But it wasn't just about tree trimming. That's the other thing. The tree trimming is a portion of it, but it's just something else that adds on to it. The poor planning of having 160 linemen, where Charlotte had 18,000, Atlanta had 10, right? Like Louisville had 8. 160. That's what got you right there. That's the thing where you failed. That's why Bell still has damn thing sitting on top of his car. That's why. That's why. It's the poor planning of what was coming. And I'm still shocked every time you turn around and go, just nothing. You're not communicating at all. You've gone radio silence. Just Radio silence. So we'll see. We'll see what takes place in the coming days and how long this is going to take as well. That's the other thing, right? Because they're going to do an after-action report. We need to do an after-action. What is that about? An after-action report. We know where the failure was. How long is this going to take to write up? Everybody, you know who that person is you work with. We've all got one in our office. They're not very sharp, right? We know that we better document. We know the documentation. We know who you are, okay? Okay, special. We know exactly what you're about. Showed you something 58 times. You still don't know how to do it, right? We know what it is. We don't need an after action. Or we're going to put this in your file, sir. Put this in your file. So, I don't know why somebody said, I prefer a quick death rather than a cruel, lingering death. Are people trying to get you to touch that thing, Bill?
I don't know, but the comment before that was it facetiously saying I was being selfish because I wanted my problem to be taken care of ahead of the people freezing. And I said, well, electrocution is a lot quicker death than freezing to death.
It is. It is. And it's a shock to you and I. It is. I'm still fascinated with the fact that you're 9+ days into it. And this is something that if this was a normal time and it was there, they'd rush over because of the potential for it to cause death to a child or a human or an animal or whatever, and nothing. Nothing. That's, to me, is because talk about a lawsuit that's waiting to happen. Which there's going to be a ton of lawsuits in this. A ton of lawsuits. Do we know what the death tally is? Because some people, it was emergency stuff, obviously maybe heart issues and stuff, but I know that there's some other stuff that happened that wasn't even weather-related as far as like driving and things, but I'm sure there were several others.
Ken, have you heard an updated death toll from the storm?
Did you lose Ken? We missed Ken.
Sorry, boys, I'm listening to this press conference.
Oh, is there a press
conference? It's 25.
25. So we're at 25.
Wow.
Well, jeez.
25. That's obscene.
It is obscene.
Obscene. And it's statewide.
Still, that's, obscene. And you know what? Here's the other thing. How's everybody else doing? Like, how's Memphis doing? I haven't heard that people talk about Memphis being bad and some of these other places. When you're one of the lead stories on like News Nation and Fox and CNN, you're on the front, that ain't a good look. That is not a good look at all. So, and if you can hear Ken there, I think this is the mayor in his daily 1 o'clocker. Right? 1 o'clocker, sit down and talk about all the stuff going on and addressing this. And I was telling the guys, so my buddy works for the NHL and he's in the boxes at the Islander games, and the Predators were there and they were telling him how bad it is here, how they don't have any power, several of them, how they're frustrated. Their wives are, and stuff are having to stay in hotels or stay at other players' homes because they don't have their act together. Yeah, it's not good. We got some hot take coming up here in a little bit. And there is some hot takes. By the way, let me explain this about the hot takes. So you guys know the hot take rules. It's not politics. Anything but politics. One of our hot takes, like Ken and mine, it's fun. Bell's is going to piss some of you off. I want you to know it's Bell that did it.
This is true.
All right? I want to know that. Because some of you, for the last hour, you're mad at me. I can't believe Chad Benson didn't say that. Bell did, the headless one. So, a lot of stuff still to get to this hour. Plus, I want to talk a bit about the Tulsi Gabbard stuff. If you're not paying attention to this, a whistleblower comes forward months ago. And something happened. And then something happened. And then nothing happened. And it's a bizarre story about it's so top secret, apparently, that nobody can know about it. Yeah, it's a weird story. So we get your hot take. We got that. Bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Relief Factor is incredible. I take it every single day. And I'm here to tell you guys, so for me, right, I'm working out more and more, and I'm trying to get fit, trying to do stuff. And look, I recognize I'm not 18 anymore, right? I'm not going to drop 40 pounds and lift it's not who I am. But what I can do is continue to go, and continue to feel better. And thanks to Relief Factor, I can work out more, and I don't have to worry about the aches and pains, especially in my muscles and my joints. And that's what I love about Relief Factor. I could sit here and go, it's got this, it's got resveratrol and omega-3 fatty acids. What you want to know is it works. So if you struggle, even as we get older, the day-to-day sometimes of just sitting all day, and you wake up and you sit up and your legs are sore, this is going to help with that. You watch. You give it Relief Factor a week or two, it is going to change the way you feel when it comes to your muscles and your joints. So I want you to try it now. $19.95, 3-week jumpstart right now. Go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. All right, call 800-4-RELIEF, 800, the number 4-RELIEF for Relief Factor. Tell them Chad sent you.
Investigation underway after a fire at the Elm Hill Marina damaged or destroyed multiple boats. And Mayor Freddie O'Connell is giving an update on Nashville's response to the winter storm. We'll get you some of the details from that so far, coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Well, hot take time. Ken, are you okay to do hot take? Because I know you're rather busy.
Yeah, I can do it right quick.
Okay, right quick. Here we go. We're going to get Ken off first. On your mark and set, go. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. All right, quick. What you got for us, Ken?
February is basically the Sunday night of the calendar year. Dark, cold, and full of dread, with none of the holiday excuses left. Even the shortest month somehow feels like the longest.
Oh, God. You know what? That's Sunday night scaries. That's like a real thing for a lot of people.
It used to be for me whenever I had to wake up in the middle of the night and go to work Monday. Now I like Sunday nights because I can stay up as long as I want.
Whoa, look at you, braggadocious. I mean, you still go to bed at like 8, but still, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I could do it if I want to.
Yeah, but now he goes to bed at 8 because he's old, not because he has to be up for work.
Yeah, because I can't stay up any longer.
I know, man. Isn't it crazy?
It's weird.
It's so weird. Man, I tell you, it's like I look at my wife on a Friday night and like you hear kids partying outside and you're like, oh, I'll take a nap. I'll wake up. I'm like, oh my God, it's only 7? Exactly. Oh, don't you get bummed when it's only 7? You're like, oh God, I wish it was 10 so I could go to bed.
It's like every night at midnight, I'm surprised it's only 6:45.
I was watching, oh God, what's his name? Nate Bargatze talking about when he went to Australia. He goes, I woke up there at 5 in the morning. He goes, noon's a long way away. You have no idea. Trust me on that. All right, Bell, piss everybody off.
If you are 70
He hates old people.
plus, if you are 70 plus, you should have to take a driver's test every year, including the road test. And I don't care if you're mad.
70 plus. You guys hear that? 70 plus.
And he doesn't care if you're mad.
70 plus. You and your blue hair, right, and your dentures, right, and your cane. You should wander over there, and you need to take the whole thing. Eye test, too. No glasses.
Yep.
No glasses.
No glasses.
And you got to juggle. We want to know what you're, like if you can snatch the pebble from my hand.
Then you can keep your license.
Then you can keep your license. So just let them all. That was Bell, by the way. So when all of you can say, Chad, I hate you, and I'm never going to listen to you again, that's Bell.
And you have to pay for it with a credit card, not exact change.
Oh, yeah. And can't write a check either. What's that? Dude, I saw somebody write a check the other day.
Really?
What is that?
I was shocked, right? Like all these kids were looking. They were like, what's going on over there? He was an older
writing
fella.
him an IOU.
He's all older fella. Just check number 643. And then he's writing in the back of his little ledger, and he's writing a check. It was bizarre. I stopped and I'm like, oh. And my first thought is, they're going to allow that?
I can't remember the last time. I don't even have checks.
I don't either.
I think we've still got some somewhere. But I mean, it's been years.
You ever come across checks you had from like 8 banks ago? I'm like, I don't even think Great Western Northwestern Bank exists. Well, let's write a check and see. All right, mine. I'm excited to watch the Super Bowl, and I get excited to watch the stupid, funny commercials. Guess what? They're already on. Today's Show had a big thing about all of the commercials, the new Budweiser commercials. All of the movie theaters have already released, or the movie companies are releasing their commercial for the Super Bowl. Why would you release the commercial before the Super Bowl? That's like releasing your album before the album comes out. Why? Why would you do that? It frustrates me. Leave it alone. All right? That's the excitement. I love it. I'll sit down and go, oh, man, that was cool. Because all those fun commercials we used to get, now I already know what they are. And now I see them and I'm like, I've already seen it. It's like a movie. This movie's worth seeing once, not twice. And I enjoy that, okay? So stop doing it, okay? And NFL, put your foot down. If you could tell everybody you're going to deal with Bad Bunny, you can tell everybody you could deal with not throwing those damn commercials.
And you know what? The NFL, the commercials for Super Bowl were proof that people really don't dislike commercials. They just dislike bad ones.
Bad ones, yeah. I want to see what's the new AI ones and all that kind of stuff. Because, they've got some of those that are rolling out for the first time that are going to be strictly AI. I wonder what the cost for a Super Bowl commercial is this year. All right, Super Bowl commercial cost this year. Are you ready for this?
30 or 60?
Oh, my God. So a 30 this year. Are you ready for this? $10 million.
Wow.
For a 30. That is insane. That is crazy. So last year, NBC asked for $7 million for a 30, but it rose rather quickly. But that's a lot right there. So that's skyrocketing. Obviously, they think it works. That is, and you know what? They sold out probably in 5 seconds. They sold out in 5 seconds. Gone. Couldn't even get one if you wanted to. I remember, was it 4 years ago when they had all of the commercials were the crypto commercials with that weird guy?
Yeah.
All of them were that. And now that guy is waiting for Trump to pardon him. Along with, what's her name? Hi, it's me, Elizabeth Holmes. Did you ever see that movie? Hi, I'm Elizabeth Holmes.
No, I didn't see the movie, but I've seen stories about how she had trained herself to use her voice to be more intimidating.
Yeah, and instead she was androgynous and weird.
Yeah.
This is Sonny. He's my friend. That was hilarious. All the stuff that they did, and everybody in the company's like, none of this works. None of it works. But they stole from other rich people. But you stole from the wrong rich people. Some people will come hunt you down. Others will put you in jail. And she wants a pardon, but she's fine paying back the fine that she'll never pay back. But she wants the pardon so she can get out of jail and spend time with her kid. And I think she married a super rich hotelier. Is that what they call him?
Oh, I thought he was indicted with her.
No, that was Sonny, the guy that was her partner.
Oh.
All right, coming up, we'll talk a little bit about maybe some Epstein stuff, but also the Tulsi Gabbard stuff that is insane. It is absolutely crazy when you hear about that. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers over on the East Bank going westbound. We've got a crash right there at Jefferson Street. And in Murfreesboro, still showing a medical emergency that was blocking the right entrance lane at 24 eastbound at Church Street. Over by the airport direct, 40 eastbound near exit 216A and Woodbine, a crash blocking the left lane, 24 westbound at I-440. A large fire at Elm Hill Marina damaged multiple boats after a houseboat went up in flames just before 7 o'clock this morning. Channel 4 talked to a man who says he lost 2 boats, says he got a call from another boater this morning that what was going on.
He was running up and down the dock trying to untie boats as best he could and let them float out in the water. So that's kind of how that worked. And then, of course, when you have boats like ours, mine's 70 and the 60-foot boats are full of gas. I mean, it's like bombs going off.
No one was hurt. Investigators working to determine what caused the fire on that houseboat that led to everything. Right now in Nashville, still nearly 17,000 NES customers without power. Many of them won't have it until next Monday. The death toll statewide now at 25. Mayor Freddie O'Connell giving an update today. He says the Winter Storm Recovery Fund has surpassed $1 million in donations, and it's already going out to nonprofits to help people recover.
That can be rent assistance or a voucher to fill up their fridge with fresh food.
And donations still being taken. If you need help, call 211 or fill out the needs tracker at NashvilleResponds.org. Erica Mitchell with United Way says they've logged at least 700 requests for assistance, including housing needs.
We are so grateful for our partnership with Airbnb.org. As of today, through that program, 901 people, 149 pets have already been connected to safe temporary housing.
Now, all stays are free through Airbnb and its donors. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Melanie Layden. High temperatures back in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees today. We will see rain showers this afternoon, exiting out of the Cumberland Plateau by this evening. Overnight, low temperatures fall down to around freezing. Be sure to catch a weather update on the free WSMV4 First Alert weather app.
Beacon Capital Management wants to talk to you about all things when it comes to your retirement, right? Whether it is, are you going to need some tax help? Right, especially with the one big beautiful bill. Very big opportunities abound for you there when it comes to things like additional senior deduction up to $6,000 if you're 65 or older. Are you eligible for that? And there's timelines on some of these things. These things will sunset. It's not a complete elimination on Social Security tax, but a great way to take advantage of it. Maybe you've got a new car, right? And you want to write off some of that interest. You can now, but once again, there's some rules that go with these things. Maybe you need help with long-term care, health care, estate planning, or just the dollars and cents of life and your retirement. You don't want to outlive it. So what are you going to do? You're going to call Beacon. It's that simple. They're going to give you a free, personalized financial consultation. So, and this is how you do it. You go to beaconcm.com. They're local. Sit down, talk with them. Break bread, as I like to say. They're amazing people. That's beaconcm.com or Call 615-488-9303. 615-488-9303 for Beacon Capital Management. This is a paid placement. This may be one of my favorite texts I've got about Bell's hatred of old people. I'm 70, been driving since 1970. I was 15, got an emancipation minor license. I had no idea that was the thing. Jimmy's 12, so just give him a license. I agree that anyone 70 and above should have to retake the driving test, including the road test. Far too many older drivers have forgotten what it was like to have to show up, punch a time clock. So they get out on a two-way highway, 10 miles below the speed limit with dozens of people behind them. They're sweating bullets. So hell yeah, bring it on. It's Tony. Chapel Hill.
Thanks for the support, Tony. I appreciate that.
Here's another one. Chad, you suck. I'm 70. No, it's going to go with that one right there. So that is, I think that's a fair thing. How long do you get a license for? Like, if in Arizona, you can go and you could pay for your license as long as you want. It's like, I want 30 years. Okay. Somebody said earlier, 83 and they just got a 8-year extension? That feels, well, first of all, I mean, that's some confidence there that you're going to outlive.
Seriously.
The actuary, right? The actuary says you're not getting there, but hey, you know what? Let's go. I like the confidence. And it's not all. Should they have to do it every year, Bill, or should they have to do it every other year? If you go and so let's say you get like 95 to 100%. Okay, maybe next year you don't have to come in, but you have to come in a year after that. If you get like 70%, you have to come in next year.
No, I think it should be every year just so people stay mad at me.
Okay, well, that's fine. And this is why you, again, do not have a car. Do not have a car.
No, that's NES's fault.
That is. By the way, this portion of the program is brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts, license number 645. That is NES's fault. And a lot of you guys had a lot to say about that. Last night was the state of the state. State of the state. And what do you think it was about? About the state? How good we're doing? It's amazing. Vouchers. It's always about the vouchers. Always about the vouchers. And they want more vouchers. Give us more vouchers.
Governor Bill Lee says he's happy with that program, and he wants to double the amount of students that can go to private school using state tax dollars. The governor's final State of the State address is made with protests.
By the way, I like the fact that everybody's screaming, no ice, no ice.
Made with protesters upset about the immigration crackdown, chanting just outside the House doors. Inside, Governor Lee doubles down on school vouchers. His budget includes money to help another 20,000 Tennessee families send their children to private schools.
Growing the program would open the door of opportunity for thousands more children statewide.
That growth would cost taxpayers about $300 million. That's a big ask in a tight budget year, and a big point on which state Democrats and the GOP supermajority disagree.
Not only am I excited about the fact that funding is available for students to receive the Freedom Scholarship, but we're doing an additional $339 million for public education, which is twice as much, more than twice as much of what we're allocating when it comes to new Freedom Scholarships.
And look, I'm all about school choice, but I'm also, I understand where a vast majority of the people that take advantage of it is. Because the average cost for a private school isn't $7,200. It's a little bit more than that. And I got zero problems with people getting the opportunities to take these vouchers whose kids are already in schools, but let's be honest about who's taking the most advantage of it.
House Majority Caucus Chair John Ray Clemens of Nashville says all the money going to vouchers would be better spent on Tennessee's public schools.
We have no idea if these vouchers are even benefiting them. All we're doing is throwing $1 billion into the wind for wealthy families to send their children to private school. Most families don't want that. If they can, they want a good education for their child.
Many people are calling for more transparency with the program. They want to know if this is actually helping lower income families send their kids to private schools, or if it's helping the wealthier families continue to send their kids to private school.
What do you think it is, honestly? If the average private school is what, $12,000, $15,000, do you think that they're coming up with the other $5,000? Probably not. If they're in the lower income and they're living paycheck to paycheck? Probably not. And the other thing, too, is the rural areas, which, by the way, are very red. What are they seeing? Well, they don't have private schools. They don't have any of those things. So just because of proximity, they're not getting that kind of service. So when you're looking down, breaking down the numbers right here, the vouchers are concentrated in heavy usage in Davidson, Shelby, Williamson, Knox, any of the kind of urban and suburban areas that already have what? Private schools, higher household incomes, high poverty areas with limited private options, and rural areas and counties are not getting it. They're not set up for it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think choice is good. It's phenomenal. And I think we've done a little bit better than a lot of other states. I mean, I came from Arizona where they blew it up in an hour. They did. And who took advantage of it? Mostly wealthy kids that were in school. So it's a tough thing to sit there and go, okay, we need to fix education. All right, right now, here's a good thing. Starting salaries would be $50,000, which is good. And I'd love to see a strong public education thing that is non-political and insane, but we know we don't get that. We know. We got a lot of kids that are being homeschooled now, a lot of kids that are taking the opportunity to go to these things. But most people I know, if you got a really good school, it's a public school, you're probably going to send your kid there. If you've got a lot of money and you're looking because you want your kid to be fancy and wear a uniform, you might send your kid there. But for the average person who doesn't have a lot of money, that $7,200 isn't going to cover what they need to get their kid into a lot of these places. And proximity in certain areas is also another issue. So, but it was never going to be perfect. And education, let me tell you something, why education's so important, because we're having all these companies move here from not just, from other states, but globally, they're opening up places here to keep a thriving society, to keep a growing society. You have to have education because when families move here, they want to know their kids are going to have a great place to go to school. They want to know that. They don't want to know, well, I got to have to homeschool my kids or send them, private school. That's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So we'll see, again, this battle's not over at any time soon. I mean, this is just one of many that they'll come and they'll say, well, reading is up and math is up a little bit. Yeah, it is. And that's good. But are the other schools, other kids getting their opportunity? I mean, I'd love to see kids eventually my mom had to pay schools to take me. That was kind of like the thing. They're like, you need to go to schools. And they're going to take you because I'm paying a lot. But I also went to public schools. And my public schools were great. I had zero problems with it. They weren't woke and wacky, but they were good. And I enjoyed it. And then I was homeschooled, what we called independent studies back in the day, because I was playing so much soccer, I was never home. And it's changed. There's no doubt about that. But it is also proximity, man. You live in a great school district, lots of tax dollars, very little worry about anything. That's a wonderful thing. You come from a place that's broke AF. They're struggling for everything, including what's going on in their school. That's a tough thing too. And $7,200 or whatever it ends up being total, that sounds great. But is it really helping them escape from there? And for the rural areas, again, very red, the rural areas. That public school in a lot of places is very important. And now you're saying, well, here's a voucher if you want it. Well, voucher to go where? Because you're not in proximity to anything that's private. So we'll see. Jason just goes, Chad, you're not paying off the Tulsi Gabbard thing. So check this out, Jason. I got this for you, just for you, but for everybody else. Okay. The Tulsi Gabbard thing is there is a whistleblower that has come forward. Okay. So this whistleblower comes forward. And it wasn't from like a few weeks ago, right? Like all of this stuff around her is bizarre. First of all, she's the Department of National, Intelligence. Why is she she has nothing to do with what was going on in Fulton County. Nothing to do. So why are you there? But somebody comes through that's a whistleblower. And there's some complaints. Is it about her? Many people are saying, but is also potentially about not just DNI, the National, Intelligence, but also several other agencies potentially. And this is supposed to be big. How big? They've been sitting on this for several months. And their thing is it's such a blow potentially to national security that they have it locked up in a safe. And they can't even figure out a way to tell Congress what's in the safe. What? So are you telling me that the breach of whatever it was is so big and so dangerous that even people in the intelligence committees, Congress, cannot access it? Like they don't have clearance. Like they can't even go to the SCIF and no. Or are you trying to hide something? Because I feel like it may be the latter. Because why does she have it in her safe, tucked away? It's all weird, but it's this bizarre situation where apparently it is so dangerous. It is so whistleblowing, mind-blowing, national security could explode the world. Maybe it's aliens. I don't know. Maybe somebody came forward and gave real evidence that there's aliens, and they decided Tulsi's the one. I don't know what it is, but they're telling everybody it is the most incredible thing, and nobody's allowed to see it, including Congress, who's like, they're getting ready to go, okay, we need to see this if it's this big. And if it's a whistleblower and there are bad things going on with agencies, we need to know about it. And yet, here we are. Not quite going the way I think a lot of people thought. Do you remember when everybody thought they were going to fire Tulsi Gabbard? They put her on the back burner. And then she shows up at the Fulton County thing, which, again, you have no reason to be there. It's an FBI thing. Kash Patel's on this. You don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, you can just leave it to him to screw it up.
He's got it. He's awesome. Mr. Bean. He's America's Mr. Bean. So we'll see what comes of it. We will. New developments. U.S. carrier shoots down an Iranian drone. Armed boats threaten U.S. tankers. Tensions in Iran escalate, which is another bizarre situation. Who knows what the hell's going on there? A lot of stuff still to talk about. But the whole thing with the Tulsi Gabbard stuff, I have a feeling it's a lot weirder than it is more dangerous, if that makes sense. Coming up, Ken's got a lot of stuff to talk about. He's going through everything, giving you a little tease for his news. Got a bunch of other goodies on the way, some fun stuff as well. And your text, Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
Weekday mornings 9 to noon and streaming on the Super Talk 99.7 WTN app.
Would you talk to my friends over at Bulwark Capital? Great opportunity for you right now to get a free Know Your Risk portfolio review. All right, so this is where my buddy Zach and his team are going to take you through everything that they do at Bulwark Capital, which is risk management grounded in value investing fundamentals, assets. That's what they look for. Buy them low and sell them high. That's the thing. And not just here in America. They look at the global opportunities comparatively to America and how overbought we are and the fear that is there an AI bubble, things of that nature. It's free for you. All you have to do is go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's KNOWriskpodcast.com. They'll go through all of that stuff. They're going to show you what they're all about, lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility, what they can do for you. That simple. Sign up today for the Know Your Risk portfolio review from our friends at Bulwark Capital. That is knowyourriskpodcast.com to sign up today for Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisors served off the Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Check 26351.
Yeah, the rain is not helping if you are trying to get somewhere in a hurry out there. We've got 4 crashes alone on I-24. One of them is blocking the left lane there at Briley Parkway South, exit 54. Over on the East Bank, westbound at Jefferson Street. Woodbine, left lane blocked at I-440. Then Murfreesboro, right entrance lane blocked, 24 eastbound at Church Street. And a crash going 40 eastbound near the airport, Donaldson Pike, exit 216B. I'll let you hear what Mayor Freddie O'Connell said today about state lawmakers getting involved with the NES response to the winter storm. That's coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
So, Ken, TMZ's reporting that a ransom note today demanded a substantial amount for return of today's news anchor Savannah Guthrie's missing mom, Nancy.
I wondered when that was going to come out.
That is interesting.
Because outside of her, like, interrupting a burglary or something, that's all I could figure. Was some sort of kidnapping for money or something.
Do you take age into account?
I don't know.
I mean,
she's 84.
We don't want to say it, but I mean, here's your hot take. Do you take age into account?
Yeah.
If she's 24, you're like, we got to get her back. She's 84, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sure Savannah's probably wanting to get her back.
Now, was she, from what I understand, I think she was in, was it Italy? Is that where the Olympics are? Because she's going to be one of the big hosts.
She was going to be one of the big hosts.
And now she, obviously, her mom being taken. Everybody's like, well, they're right next to Mexico. I'm like, okay, so they're going to traffic an 84-year-old woman. Yeah, it feels like a robbery gone wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe she interrupted, like you said, a robbery, a burglary or something.
Yeah, because they say she's sharp as a tack, but she needs certain medicine because obviously she's older and she struggles with her, her body. You're 84. How many pills you probably take a day?
And what was it yesterday? I saw a headline where apparently her pacemaker had stopped connecting. With her not social media device, but her electronics devices.
Yeah, that's right there is and that was the big thing that they're worried about. Like I say, sharp as a tack. And that originally they thought, well, is it a silver alert? And everybody's like, no, she's too with it. Plus, it's hard for her to get around. So she wouldn't just wander. So I think it's probably a robbery gone wrong. But, everybody's, somebody going to take her hostage. I want to know everything. I want to know, is it Matt Lauer? Did he do it? Matt?
He's got her locked in his office. Won't let her out.
Matt. But, wow, that's just so bizarre. Just so weird. I mean, and to take somebody, because now you're in deep, right? Going into somebody's home, robbing it, that's not great. But if you go and you kidnap an elderly woman and or kill her, it's a whole different world now. You're looking at forever. You're looking at forever, ever.
Yeah, that means the bad guy or guys are in the nothing to lose category.
Yeah, which is scary. Scariest place to be. All right, hour number 3 is coming up. Oh, some good stuff. And, of course, hot takes. Get ready for Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. It's raining pretty much everywhere in Middle Tennessee, and the roads getting messy out there. Maybe I should say drivers getting messy. We've got crashes. The left lane is blocked 24 eastbound at Briley Parkway, over on the East Bank westbound at Jefferson Street, Murfreesboro eastbound at Church Street, and then in Woodbine westbound there, the left lane blocked at 440. And then over by the airport, got a wreck 40 eastbound near Donaldson Pike. Right now in Nashville, still at least 16,000 without power, 10 days out from the winter storm. The death toll statewide stands at 25. During today's briefing, Mayor Freddie O'Connell said the Winter Storm Recovery Fund has surpassed $1 million in donations. It's already going out to nonprofits to help people recover, still taking donations. The people it's helped, including 900 people being put up free of charge by Airbnb. Anyone needing assistance needs to call 211 or fill out the needs tracker at NashvilleResponds.org. Well, then the briefing opened up for Q&A. And frustration growing with NES and the local board that governs it. Mayor Freddie O'Connell asked for his response to leading state lawmakers who say they will explore every option available with the stance that NES leadership cannot stay the same.
You know, we have many assets that I think there's a lot of discussion about whether they are local or regional assets. We know NES does have a service area that expands beyond the boundaries of Nashville and Davidson County. But again, I'm going to say as we work through this, our preference is always going to be to have local control over things that are local assets.
Well, Speaker of the House Cameron Sexton is blasting Nashville Electric, saying NES lacked a strategic disaster plan and focused on issues like a DEI contract instead of public safety. Speaker Sexton calling for NES executive leadership to be fired and for the entire board to be replaced. The mayor is the one who appoints the board. Meanwhile, NES will hold a news conference today at 4:30. Investigation underway to determine the cause of a fire that sent thick smoke over Percy Priest Lake this morning. It was a houseboat that caught fire there at Elm Hill Marina, then spread to other boats, damaging or destroying them. Firefighters are now investigating to figure out how it started. No injuries were reported. That's the good news. And the urgent investigation ongoing to find Nancy Guthrie, the mother of NBC Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, who the sheriff in Pima County, Arizona, says was kidnapped over the weekend.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos telling reporters his investigators don't know where Nancy Guthrie is. In a new briefing, he said there is no DNA that has come back indicating people other than Guthrie were in the home. There are no tire tracks or footprints and no information on cars seen in the area. When pressed by ABC News whether a ransom demand has come in, Nanos would only say,
"We are following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you."
The sheriff says lots of leads are coming in and the FBI is analyzing cell phones, cell tower information, and conducting interviews. Alex Stone, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. This portion of the Chad Benson Show is powered by NCA, National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. Lesson number 645. So people are mad at me. Ken, it's your fault.
Why is that?
I know, because I said that about Savannah's mom, Savannah Guthrie's mom, and her age.
Oh.
And I'm not trying to be mean. Somebody's like, what if it was your mom? I'm like, keep her. My mother's fear is that she's going to grow old and have to go in a home, and we're just going to roll her in the middle of the street and go, we've never seen this lady before in our life.
It's just terrible.
We weren't a close people growing up, so I'm not trying to be mean. We just weren't. We're not huggers. We're not. I mean, it's part of growing up in a weird, tragic world of drugs and violence and whatnot. We're just, what's the old saying? Tragedy plus time equals comedy. The problem is that thing is shrunk. It went from, can I say something about the Titanic now, to, did that happen 5 minutes ago? Oh, so, and I don't know if there's a ransom with her mom. I mean, that's, he didn't answer the question when they asked on several occasions.
So that's one of those no comment, but that leads you to believe
that they've spoken to somebody.
Right.
That they're taking it seriously. And maybe it'll be like the movie Man on Fire, where they're going to go. But see, the thing is, here's the thing.
Was that Denzel movie?
Denzel, yeah. Phenomenal. With Bitcoin now, that's what they want. They don't want cash. Bitcoin it.
Yeah, it's impossible to trace.
Impossible. So Bitcoin it, and that's it. Or whatever, that you think you're going to get for it. The digital side of stuff. And that's how they do it, So if people are trying to hold you hostage for anything, like they call you on the phone and say, you've got too many parking tickets, we're going to arrest you. Okay, and if they tell you they want it in Bitcoin, or, by the way, if they tell you they want it in Chili's gift cards, that's not real. So point that out. It's not real. Not. Hey, Ken, I was listening to your awesome, should be Edward R. Murrow award-winning newscast.
I don't know about that, bro.
I think it is. Okay, dude? So just deal with it. I'm giving you a compliment.
Don't argue with the host.
So there's $1 million fund to help the folks.
Yes.
Where's the $1 million fund coming from?
That's coming from donations.
It's like a GoFundMe almost?
Almost, yeah. That's coming from donations. It is dispersed by the United Way to partnering nonprofits throughout the city.
Oh, okay. That's cool, because you never know, but it's, once again, it goes back to, it's not NES. It's all these other, nonprofits and anybody else who can help out. Somebody asked about Afton earlier. I saw Afton this weekend. She had people staying in her home. So, because.
Yeah, she's been very vocal about the failures.
Yeah, everybody. This is one thing where everybody, right or left, red or blue, they can look at this and go, this was an absolute failure. Okay. And the fact, and it's funny because Freddie's inching towards, like he's just to the point now where he's like, they got to go. But it didn't start. Like last week, we were the first ones to go, I don't know why Freddie's not jumping on the desk going, you people need to do something. That should have happened a while ago. So we'll see.
Well, I think he's getting so much pressure inside the Tennessee Democrat Party that it's going to become almost impossible for him to ignore his own people.
His constituents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not even the constituents, but the other members, like the Democrats in the General Assembly, if he doesn't do something, he's going to make the party look bad.
Yeah, and you can't have that because this, and this is, right, it's Nashville, it's NES, right, Nashville. You're the mayor of Nashville. You need to be on this. Like, this needs to be yours. Like, and all you have to do is go look at last year at this time when the Karen Bass was flying back from Guyana, wherever the hell she was. Remember that? As California's burning?
Yeah, this is burning down. I got to go somewhere.
Yeah. And remember how she handled that.
It's Ted Cruz, but to Africa instead.
You got to be front and center all the time. It has to be you in the lead directing. And in this situation, there's only so much you can do, but you got to be vocal and you got to press. This is when you use that bully pulpit. to tell people you're going to tear them a new one if they don't get stuff handled. They're going to have, is NES going to have their own press conference ever again? Is it 4:30? Is that I think what Ken said? Maybe. I would assume it's going to be a little bit later because they've been gone.
Ken, have you heard anything about NES having their own press conference?
Yes, they are having it at 4:30 today, and Brother Murphy says we're going to carry it.
Good, as we should. As we should. Now, here's the thing. Having a press conference, as you know, Ken, and taking questions, that's a different story.
We'll see if that happens.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we'll see if they take questions.
And if they answer them honestly.
Yeah.
We didn't cut our budget, liar.
I wonder if we're going to see somebody we've never seen before today up there. Somebody they've brought in, you know what I mean? Because California said there, hey, we screw up a lot, people out here. And I wonder if they're helping them with disaster. You know, not only is this a disaster as nature, because we know it'll mess you up, this is a disaster of your own doing.
They'll have somebody in a Nashville Strong T-shirt.
Oh no, they won't. But they're gonna have the Predator, the thing come out, and the same thing with the Titans. They're going to be shooting T-shirts into the crowd. Nashville Strong. Oh, Lord. Hey, we don't have a government shutdown anymore. Yay.
Yeah, with everything going on, I didn't have time to put that in the cast.
That's okay. Nobody.
We knew it was going to get fixed anyway.
We did. Everybody knew it was going to get fixed. And so, what do they have, 2 weeks now to try to sort out DHS?
Yep, 2 weeks to fight over whether or not funding is pulled from DHS and ICE or not.
Yes, and the rest of it, I think, funds the year. So,
through September.
Through September. Well, the fiscal year.
Which is the fiscal year, yes.
And then the rest of it is, we always knew this was coming. And the good news is we spent more money. All right. Yay.
Well, at least we cut some of the debt.
We're doing that so fast. So fast. Wow, that's crazy. We got that done, and they're not going to get anything done with. This is where the Republicans and Democrats can now fight over something with DHS. And today, I think, if I'm correct, Renee Good's brothers are in D.C. testifying, which is, I'm trying to figure out what that's all about. I'm like, they weren't there. What are you testifying to? What a good person she was? Oh, I'm trying to figure out what the angle is in that, which is, can we embarrass the administration and stuff? And the guy that got shot 2 weeks ago, right? So that guy who got shot, did you see who the shooters were? This was interesting because, of course, it's just a bunch of, it's always so they've named them, and it's always what? It's the Alex Preddy shooters. These are just a bunch of white guys who got guns 2 hours ago. They don't even know which end the bullet comes out of. Then you come to find out, like, one of them's named Jesus Ochoa, and they've been on the force for over a decade, I think, each of them. And so on the Border Patrol, and both of them are of Latin. Yes, Latin. Oh no, yeah. It's not just white people just running around shooting. No, it's not. As much as you want it to be, it's not. So a lot of stuff happening today. We had the State of the State last night. Bill Lee was his final one before the new governor. We haven't had her. Have we had her? I went to her office, but we haven't had her on the program, have we?
Marsha Blackburn?
Yeah.
No.
We should probably do that once.
Probably. I'll call her.
Yeah, call her. We should probably do that once. Hey, what's up? How you doing? All right, come on. Let's talk about it. What are you going to do? How do you feel about weed? That's all we care about.
Oh, she hates it. Gateway drug.
Everything's a gateway drug. Everything is a gateway drug. Everything is. So I'm still, I think we know I want to know if she's going to debate. Are there going to be debates? Should always be a debate. And they should happen here on our airwaves. Let Matt do it because he loves to fight. And then I'll sit behind Matt and then I will roll my eyes over stuff that's ridiculous because there's going to be plenty of that. for sure. So as you guys heard it from Ken, 4:30 today, Matt's carrying it. NES is going to have their press conference, and I would not be surprised if we see somebody today that is either a different portion of the board or somebody that has been brought in that is going to handle a lot of this stuff if there's a Q&A. Because Teresa and them, they're not prepared. They wilt. This is not their jam. They're not prepared for this. You know, it used to be when you were becoming a CEO or you were in some of these things, that you would go to classes to learn how to deal with the media, to learn how to do stuff like this. Now they just, I don't know, because of social media, I guess, because the camera's on the front of the phone, that people just don't do that anymore. But they did not handle it well last week. There's no doubt about that. We'll talk a little bit about Epstein a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw this, but what's her name? Melinda Gates is not happy. And for those of you guys didn't follow any of the stuff that wasn't the salaciousness and stuff, one of the things was Bill Gates apparently got some STDs from some Russian women and then was asking if he could get some antibiotics and stuff from Jeffrey, if his doctor could hook him up or whatever, because he was trying to figure out how to slip him to her. And she went on a podcast and basically just said, he's a POS. He's got some explaining to do. Do you think those things are never going to come out? Like when you're sending emails like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially when it ends up being wrapped up in something like this.
I mean, and for her, right? It's like some of these women, yesterday somebody sent a text about this saying, you know, some of these women want the files taken down. No, what they didn't want was, hey, let's make sure that nobody knows who any of the men are that did any of this, but we'll leave the names of these what was once young girls out. And that wasn't, they want it out. They just don't want their names everywhere, which is what I thought they were supposed to do. But when it comes to Bill Gates, we knew he was a scumbag, but I think we're finding out more and more how bad he is. Could you believe that? Try sneaking your wife antibiotics because you got an STD from some Russian.
Gave her the gift that keeps on giving.
Good God. That is crazy. Man, that ain't going away, huh? I guess. And you know what? You got a kid with her. So every time there's a big event, your ass has to be there. And she looks over and goes, you gave me chlamydia. And 50 billion. I gave you 50 billion, but you're only thinking about the first part, huh?
I'm a billionaire. I should be above those rules.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I don't hear you say, well, if I would have just gave you the 50 billion, I'd been cool with it. But you're still thinking about the other stuff I gave you. Well, that's not very cool. All right, coming up, it is Tuesday. We do a little Hot Take Tuesday. Bell's Hot Take today is the one that's en fuego, right? As we would say in Spanish, it's en fuego. Ken's is actually very real and sad, actually. Kind of sad when you think about it. And mine, well, it has to do with football. It has nothing to do with the halftime show or Bad Bunny. Football, baby.
Did you see 3686?
No, what they say?
I'm 72, male, drive too fast in my hot little Lexus, and I just smoked a bowl.
You know what? 3686. God bless you. God bless you right there. I like that. Got some of your texts as well. And yes, straight ahead, kids. Hot Take Tuesday, just for you. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
Stay ahead this election year with Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Prize Picks is ready for you. It's America's #1 fantasy sports app, and they're giving you a max discount to start for the big game this weekend. Okay, so here it is. How do you play it? You're picking players and their projected stats, more or less. Okay? It takes 2 to make a lineup, and the first one they're giving you is Drake May, more than 1 passing yard. What? Yeah, I think that one's set. Now's your chance to win. Pick another one and go. You set that lineup, you can win up to 2,000 times your money. They have so many amazing things. So right now, 1 passing yard. That's all Drake May needs for you to win one portion of your lineup this weekend. It's the max discount for my friends over at Prize Picks. So here's the other great thing. When you download the app today, they're going to get you, the minute you play that first $5 lineup, they're going to get you $50 in lineups when you use my code Chad. It is that simple. Win or lose guaranteed. The first time you play that $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 in lineups for using my code Chad when you download the Prize Picks app today. So hurry up, download the Prize Picks app, take advantage of the max discount. One passing yard from Drake May. Right now, it is live on the app from Prize Picks. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem? Call 800-889-9789.
All right, drivers, over on the East Bank going westbound at Jefferson Street, got a crash. In Smyrna, stalled vehicle now, 24 eastbound near Sam Ridley Parkway. Over by the airport, 40 eastbound, exit ramp blocked by a crash. That's going to be Donaldson Pike, exit 216B. And in Woodbine, left lane blocked, 24 westbound at I-440. We'll let you know what Mayor Freddie O'Connell just told the latest briefing on the winter storm response. That is coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It is Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we have a lot of fun here. We try to have fun every day. That's what we do. Try to make the news not so scary and have a little fun and laugh along the way. But we also like to give ourselves, some opinions. And we break it down by doing a little hot take. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday.
That's a hot take.
Oh, baby, can't get any hotter than that. So hot. My hot take today. I love watching the Super Bowl. I enjoy it. The halftime shows always drive me crazy because it's 30 minutes. I don't need that. I want to watch the game. But I do enjoy the commercials. And all of the commercials, for the most part, have all been released. They're out there. You can see them. Why spend, as we found out earlier, $10 million on a 30-second commercial that you're hoping to catch all these eyeballs on and put it on YouTube several days before the event? Why do that? Because now I'm like, I've already seen this commercial. I'm going to go get a drink. So you don't do it. That is silly. That is ridiculous. You're wasting your damn time, and you wasted money. If it was going to be like that, you might as well just throw it on YouTube and let it sit there. Probably get as many eyeballs on it anyways after several days. So don't do it next year yet. All right, Ken, go for it, brother.
February is basically the Sunday night of the calendar year. Dark, cold, full of dread. With none of the holiday excuses left, even the shortest month somehow feels like the longest.
Oh, God, it's so true. It is weird, right? Because it's that odd, like today, I think it's a Tuesday. If I'm correct, it's either this Tuesday or next Tuesday that in theory is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year, where you realize all those bills have finally showed up, right? You have nothing till you probably have no days off until Memorial Day, right? The Christmas, you can't even see Christmas now. It's turned that corner.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone, and it's still dark. Oh, and by the way, we still have, well, thanks to that big giant rat, we still have 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see why it's exactly as you said. Although, as you said earlier, you got married to bring during this month, to bring light to it.
And Jack Campbell is still just a tire salesman in New Jersey.
There you go. Damn Skippy. All right, my friend. Bell. Now, Bell's got some hot, so he's going to be a little angry about this.
It's coming in hot.
Here we go, baby.
They'll live. But
will they?
If you're 70 plus, you should have to take a driver's test every year, including the road test.
Yes.
And then once you're and if you're still able to drive, if they give you your license again, just stay out from in front of me. That's how simple it is.
In 12 years, I'm going to oppose that theory.
Oh, well, me too. But right now,
it is as some of you have said, you're absolutely fine with it. Others who are angry at Bell. And again, it's Bell, right? You get mad at me for the Savannah Guthrie mom thing, that's fine.
That Chad Benson said.
But the Bell. Somebody was mad at me because I didn't know who Nash was. I was like, oh, I forgot. You know what I don't even know the name of, I grew up a Los Angeles King. I don't even know the name of their damn mascot.
Your Highness.
No, I don't think it is. I don't know it. Honestly, I don't. I've been to the game. Took a picture with it. I have no idea what his name is. I don't. So
now I got to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do want to say that.
And I golfed with the Titans mascot.
I do want to say that it's my take, but I am saying it on the Chad Benson show, so you probably should get a little heat for it.
It is yours.
It's Bailey the Lion, Brother Chad.
There you go, Bailey the Lion. Bailey the Lion. There you go. Oh, that's right. His name. They called him Bailey because one of their assistant coaches and chief scouts was on the first plane on 9/11. So that's what the Kings did for him. Wow. They're like, we're going to name a stuffed animal after you. So, but I don't even know. I don't even know the names of that. Never. It's just because I go to the game. All right. That's what I do. I go to the game. That's what I do. So sorry if I don't know the name of. And Nash, if you're listening, I apologize. I'd love to have you. He was just here too a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, they were here for. I forgot what they were. It was just before Christmas. They were here.
Were they handing out snacks?
They were not. I think. Was it for the toy drive that we did?
Oh yeah.
It might have been for that. So, but he only said hi to me. That was it. He didn't tell me, "Hey, what's up? My name's Nash." He didn't say that. And I was dressed up like Santa Claus. So should have known I was Santa Claus.
My name is Nash. I'm a saber-toothed tiger.
Saber-toothed tiger. That's right, kids. There you go. So there you go. So the hatred needs to go right at Bell if you're worried. If you're near 70, that's Bell that wants that. And I understand where Bell's going with this. And Bell wants it every year, too. We even gave him a little leeway. Like if you go and you blow the walls off the test, right? The doors, you're great. Nope, he wants you back next year. Should they have some sort of test where they're doing quick movements to make sure that they can still go fast?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think they should see if you turn the stereo down backing into a parking spot.
Shh, turn it down. Can you guys smell that?
Listen, can you smell that?
It is so true.
One of the funniest lines in Ghostbusters.
That is so true. But the whole turning the stereo down to back up, what is that about? It's got to be some cognitive thing in your mind where you can't look backwards and listen at the same time. Oh, my Lord. All right, coming up, we got just some of the news of the day that we'll talk about. Obviously, a little bit more about NES and a bunch of your texts as well. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. And right now in Nashville, still more than 15,000 without power from the winter storm. 10 days out, the death toll 25 statewide. Mayor Freddie O'Connell at today's briefing was asked for his response to legislative leaders who say they're looking into every option and making sure this type of response never happens again, including changing the leadership at NES, also the Metro board that governs it.
We're going to be interested to see what comes out of those discussions. Many things do get discussed at the General Assembly that don't always reach the point of legislation.
Well, Speaker of the House Cameron Sexton saying NES lacked a strategic disaster plan and focused on issues like a DEI contract instead of public safety. And he's calling for NES executive leadership to be fired and for the entire board to be replaced. Meanwhile, NES to hold a news conference today at 4:30, and we will carry it live in its entirety right here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. During today's briefing, Mayor Freddie O'Connell said the Winter Storm Recovery Fund has surpassed $1 million in donations. It's already going out to nonprofits to help people recover, including at least 900 individuals being put up free of charge by Airbnb. Meanwhile, anyone needing assistance, you should call 211 or fill out the needs tracker. That's at NashvilleResponds.org. Officials say more than a dozen boats were damaged and destroyed after a houseboat caught fire at Elm Hill Marina, Percy Priest Lake this morning. No word on the cause. Fortunately, no injuries. And the urgent investigation ongoing to find Nancy Guthrie, the mother of NBC Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, who the sheriff in Pima County, Arizona, says was kidnapped from her bed.
When Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos was asked by ABC News if a ransom demand has come in, he would only say his teams are following all leads. But he says there is no DNA to indicate who else was in the home, no information on cars seen in the area, no tire tracks or footprints. Nanos saying,
Nancy was taken from her home against her will, and that's where we're at.
He says they're racing to hopefully find her alive, but they don't know where she is. The FBI is analyzing cell phone and cell tower data in the area. Alex Stone, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Around 50 degrees today. We'll see rain showers this afternoon, exiting out of the Cumberland Plateau by this evening. Overnight, low temperatures fall down to around freezing. Be sure to catch a weather update on the free WSMV4 First Alert weather app.
The Wellness Institute of Nashville is ready to help you. If you're over your back, your knees, just being in so much pain, you're worried you're going to have surgery, do not worry. They've got you covered. Write this down, 615-246-5009 or painisbad.com. Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley are there for you. Bring your MRI report. They're going to show you what it's all about, right? You don't want to take pills, right? You don't want to get shots, and you don't want surgery because you know once you go down that road, ugh. So what they've got for you right now, 47% off right now. New year, 2026, 47% off non-surgical decompression with their new machine. It is called the HydroWave. Okay, so this stimulates your very own stem cells. And that helps create and regenerate tissue, grows new blood vessels. It is amazing what it does. They're the only ones in the state that have it. This is it. You're not going to find it anywhere else. They're going to help you get your back back, get your life back, feeling better than ever before. So if you've got your MRI, you've got all that stuff, get on over there. Even if you don't, get your x-rays. They're going to get you up and running. Take advantage of 47% off right now with my friends over at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. They're who I trust. You should as well. Call them today, 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, painisbad.com. Omaha Steaks. It's got an amazing opportunity for you right now. With the protein. Like, we're all on a protein kick. When I eat more protein, well, why not get the best around with Omaha Steaks? So right now, when you go to Omaha Steaks, they got protein packs built and ready for you. The best burgers, steaks, chicken, you name it. They've got all of it ready for you, and they can deliver it to you. 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. America's Butcher since 1917. We're having tacos tonight. Thank you very much. And if you're ready to get yourself going, you need that energy, you need that pickup, protein delivered right with my friends at Omaha Steak. And here's the other great thing. When you go there to Omaha Steaks and you type in Benson at checkout, so you go to omahasteaks.com and you're like, all right, cool, I'm getting all these proteins, I got the burgers, got all that stuff, $35 off at checkout. Boom. So if you want high quality, the best steaks around, 100% unconditional money back guarantee from the best, and I mean the best taste that you're going to have, Omaha Steaks delivers that to you over and over again. High quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com. And when you do, you can get extra $35 off with promo code Benson at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com. Promo code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details. Toot, toot, toot. Oh, how's the weather outside? Is it frightful? We still got rain? I got to look. Hold on. We're the only ones with it. Oh, man. I got a little bit of rain. A little bit of rain. It's probably going to last a few more hours.
Going to have to drop you off in your own car, aren't I?
No, I'll walk home. I'm not bothered. I don't really care, dude. It's rain. This isn't acid rain.
You don't want to get your hair wet.
This is in the 70s or 80s. Remember that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Acid rain's going to kill us all.
But you got to look out for quicksand, Brother Chad.
Yeah, that's right. Well, luckily it's too cold for quicksand this time of year. Oh, my goodness me. Too cold for quicksand. So, any news on the fire, Ken? Did we figure out what happened? They get it put out?
The only thing new that I've seen is that there are at least a dozen vessels that were damaged or destroyed after that one houseboat caught fire.
Wow.
No injuries, and the investigation's still underway to figure out what caused it.
That is crazy.
What?
Meth lab.
Oh.
That's my guess.
That's a guess, right? We're not saying it for sure. That is a guess that it could have been something illicit. That's what you were saying there? Potentially?
Meth lab.
Meth lab.
Yeah, the houseboat's occupants managed to evacuate the vessel before Nashville Fire Department crews arrived.
Wow. Well, that's good. It's good to know.
Go ahead.
It was engulfed when the fire department got there, so it must have spread just like boom.
Yeah, I wonder if they were trying to put it out before they said, "Okay, call them."
Yeah, let this thing sink.
Better call them.
Right, like it's what? It's got to be one of those things too. If you are sitting there going, "I'm just over this boat. I don't want it anymore." It's like we're here to no. You can't save it. No, sir. It's only just no. It can't be saved.
Yeah, hush your mouth.
You don't save it. Please don't save it. Oh, we shall see. Wonder what that is. At least nobody was hurt by the sounds of it. That's good. But I sent you that. Well, you know why nobody's hurt? Because everybody's working outside of the houseboat people to pay for their boat. Oh, yeah.
Or plural.
Boats. That's right, because somebody lost 2 boats.
Yeah, this dude Channel 4 talked to, he had 2 boats out.
He's my first suspect. Oh, you're the first suspect. Trump wants to nationalize elections. He said that on the Dan Bongino show. You know what he does? He puts his foot in the water. He puts his toe in the water.
Yeah.
How far do you think he can get away with it? First of all, you can't. You have no power to do that. Secondly, any Republican that thinks that that's a good idea, no, so much for states' rights, right? Throw that out the window. It's ridiculous. It is. But he also says stuff that's ridiculous because he wants to see if he can get a rise out of people. And he also wants to see, are they going to let me? Will they let me?
Well, he loves to stir the pot.
He does. Go ahead, stir the pot. Go ahead. You know who wants to stir the pot now? I am telling you guys, the Clintons want to be there. They want to answer really crazy questions in front of a bunch of people that are also potentially on the list. Hey, do you remember? You were on the list. I didn't see your name, but you were there with us. You were there with us. You don't remember that? And poor Bill. Bill's going to be like, oh, man, this is awful. Had I known this. Well, you didn't, Bill, did you? Did you?
They'll let them testify like in a private deposition.
Yeah,
right?
they'll want to have. But see, the Republicans want it out. Here's the thing. I don't think people realize. The Democrats don't care about the Clintons. They're over them. They're baggage. Hillary's baggage. Bill, he might as well be an 8-track tape. I mean, that they don't care anymore. They want to move on from that, and they don't care. They're done with it. They don't. That's so, and fine. I think they should all testify. Let's bring them all out there. All of them, including the ones that were redacted. To this day, I'm still, I'm going to say it, whatever, Bongino, last night, like, you're all listening. Wasn't that hilarious? You're listening. Paying attention.
You love me.
That's what he said.
You can't stand that.
No, people watch your live stream because they wanted to see if you would crash and burn. Right? Instead, he brought the president on. He's like, we should nationalize. Yeah, we should, sir. That'd be great. No. Voter ID, I'm fine with. I think everybody should be fine with it. In fact, you know who else is fine with it? Nicki Minaj.
Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this. Voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote. So something of a non.
How many of you out there go, I agree with Nicki Minaj? What? Let me tell you something. Voter ID is simple and easy. That's it. You go to sign up, to do all your stuff, voter ID. We shouldn't have mail-in ballots. You know what? Here's the one thing about mail-in ballots. A lot of people are fine with mail-in ballots as long as it's their ballot to mail in because they know they're not going to do anything. We're a lazy nation, hence the reason we won't have a civil war. We can't even get people to come into work 5 days a week, even 1 day a week. Next week, we're returning to the office. Nah, I don't think so. I'll quit my job. That's the way it is. But voter ID, and the reason, too, the left has really lost the plot on this one is because they always think that, well, it's going to disproportionately hurt black people. Then you go ask anybody who's black, right, who's just an American, but they're black, and you go, can you get an ID? Like, yeah, it's down the street. Well, everybody should have an ID. Everybody should. It's like when Kathy Hochul came out.
Somehow that's not racist.
Yeah, I know.
But they're just not capable of getting an ID. Oh, stop it.
Like when Kathy Hochul came out, she goes, some people don't even know what computers and Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
How horrible is that? Think about that. That the party that you're supposed to support thinks that you're too stupid to know what a computer is or to be able to get an ID. If there's a guy named, is it Josh Horowitz, I think it is? It might be Ami Horowitz. He goes to New York. And he goes to all these white places and asks them, hey, should we have voter ID? And they're all like, no, it'll be racist, this, that, and the other. Then he goes to a predominantly black area and he asks everybody, hey, can you get a driver's license? Yeah, I got a driver's license. Do you know where the DMV is? It's right across the street. Right? Because this is what happens. And they play it up. They do. They absolutely play it up. And black Americans are like, dude, how stupid do you think we are? We're not stupid. No, you're not.
Poor kids are just as bright as
oh, God,
kids.
That was so funny. But that was, by the way, that was just poor kids. Just poor kids. That transcended color. By the way, Bell whispers in my ear a while ago, hey, Jill Biden's first husband just got arrested for murder.
He did.
I'm like, what? So let's see. Yeah, that's weird. I'm like, why is she trending? Who did he kill?
Allegedly.
Thank you very much, sir. William Stevenson is accused of killing his not his current wife. He's a widow. So, man, that's crazy. She's a doctor.
Boy, don't we know it.
Do you remember on The View, they should let her be the Surgeon General?
Yeah, she should be the Surgeon General. No, that's PhD.
Oh, she's a doctor.
The View.
Does anybody have a need for a noun? Oh, my Lord. Yeah. So William Stevenson was previously married to Jill Biden in the 70s. The two met in Ocean City, New Jersey, married in 1970, divorced in 75. And he allegedly offed his current wife, who is 64, Linda Stevenson, who was found unresponsive inside the couple's home in Newcastle County last year. There was a domestic dispute on the 28th. He's 77. He was taken into custody on February 2nd. So, wow. Look at that. You dodged a bullet, Jill.
When was he taken into custody?
February 2nd. Yes.
Man, that's a long time between the murder and the accusation.
Well, you've got to show that you have absolute, you got to have
get your ducks in a row.
Thank you. You got to get all them. You got to dot the I's, cross the T's, do all the things. Get the ducks, put them all in a row.
And then if the if the person of interest runs, well, you've got your suspect.
Yeah. Right, OJ?
He was looking hard out on those golf courses, boys.
Oh, yeah, he was.
He was. He was hard at it.
You know what's weird, too? Is I had no idea that the suspects went to Florida. But he did. He knew.
Right down there after him.
Yep. And guess what? He didn't find him. You know when he didn't run? When he was in a hotel room in Vegas holding people hostage.
Right. Because they stole his trophy or something.
That's right.
Or when he was in prison for that crime.
Yeah, that's the crime he went to. Normally, something like this, you get about 6 months. So we're going to send you to 50 years. Oh, Lord. All right, coming up, Matt's going to join the program again at 4:30 today, live on the Matt Murphy Show. NES will be holding a press conference, which I'm sure will be dazzling. And again, it could be a press conference, could be just statements, but I have a feeling they're going to have to take some questions, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new face. There's a new face. So we'll join Matt coming in here in just a second. It is 7 so Super Talk 99.7. Matt's in his house.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I have an answer for you. I don't know that you want it.
Tell me it.
I don't know that you want it.
Give it to me.
But I have an answer for you.
Okay.
It works better when they put them on social media platforms first, because people that have seen them at Super Bowl parties and at Super Bowl gatherings tell everybody else, ooh, I've seen this, watch this. They've done studies. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it.
You know what?
I'm telling you.
Might as well just tell me the score of the game. NFL, you already know what it is. Did you see the controversy? Okay, have you seen the poster for the Super Bowl 60?
I have not.
So it comes out the weekend of the first kickoff. So it has all the teams and the players, like all their stars are looking up. And the closest two players to the Super Bowl entrance is Drake May and what's his name? Sam Darnold.
Oh, so they knew?
They knew. They're the closest too. Like they were going in.
It's
They
all
know.
rigged.
Totally. It's like the WWE.
Roger Goodell was asked, at his big meeting, he was asked if he felt like Bad Bunny was going to do anything political. He goes, oh, no, I don't know why he would do that. I'm like,
he's already had a talk with Bad Bunny. He might say, look, Bad Bunny, I think I'm okay with Bad Bunny. He goes, Green Day, probably no chance.
I love, I didn't watch any of the Grammys and I didn't talk about it yesterday, but I love being lectured by these people about how we should have open borders and be nice to illegal aliens. Do you know that they had a 3-mile perimeter around the Grammys?
Yeah.
3-mile perimeter?
Well, yeah, because they didn't want anybody to get near them.
Right.
Yeah.
And you had to check cars, and they checked for bombs, and they checked tickets, and then they had the you know how these big events go, right?
I've been to the Grammys and the Oscars.
You can get into that event, but then you can't get into that perimeter, and then you can get into that perimeter, but you can't get into that perimeter.
It is so weird.
How many gates?
A lot.
Man.
But
but go ahead and lecture us about how.
Well, like they're just talking about what's her name, Billie Eilish. Like it's on stolen land, and then she lives in a house that she bought when she was 17. That's like now worth like $5 million, but it's got a moat and it's got all this stuff, and people are demanding you need to give it back because you stole it.
And it's like the Tatanga tribe or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
what
like
it is, but,
it's the Topanga tribe, like Topanga
whatever.
Drive.
Whatever. I don't know, but they want their stolen land back, Billy.
It's my thought is, who's that for? Honestly, like I would get up there and go, who's this for? Because none of us are giving any money tonight to any of these tribes.
Right.
None of us are saying the proceeds from my movies or songs are going for this. And nobody here is going to go, you know what, you're right, we should leave.
It's a mutual masturbation society is what it is. They're just up there watching each other pleasure each other. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They're just, they love watching themselves pleasure each other. And that's what they do. And you do it. Oh, you do it some now. Oh, now you do it some
How
now.
much more can you do? How much more can you do?
Right.
How much more?
And what's odd about Hollywood is that it seems like, and I suppose I could be wrong, I don't know a lot about it, but it seems like anytime someone is actually brave and breaks away from the tribe, they get destroyed.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj
today talking about voter ID. Of course we need voter ID.
I mean, she is getting excoriated.
Right?
Yeah. Why? Because the Democrats claim that somehow that black people or brown people, which just other Americans, can't go get a license. They're not smart. They all have license. Most states, you can't have an ID unless be without an ID if you're over 18.
So when I was in Alabama and the Secretary of State, John Merrill, they passed voter ID.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's racist, black people. And John Merrill said, we'll give IDs away for free, right? You don't have to pay for them. All you have to do is come to the probate court or whatever. And they're like, well, people can't afford to do that. He goes, okay. So he set up a mobile unit. And he said, I literally will come to you and do it. And they still said it was racist.
Yeah. Well, remember Georgia, the whole big thing about that? What happened? More people of color voted in the next election with ID than ever before.
Yeah, that's great. No, but yeah, it's just preening. It is preening.
See, he said the M word, the masturbation word. I didn't. So when you get mad and say, oh my God, I heard Chad say it. Right?
It was on Chad.
Because I'm already in trouble.
Chad allows these things on his show that I would never allow on my show.
We were talking about Savannah Guthrie's mom and the ransom note. And I'm like, do you take into account she's 84?
What, on the ransom? Mm-hmm. Is there a ransom note down?
Apparently.
I have not been paying attention.
They asked twice if there was a ransom note because they've been hearing that there's a ransom note. And they really kind of shied it away. But TMZ and several others reporting there is a ransom that has been requested. I don't know what that would be.
Well, I hope they have her heart medication with them.
That's the big thing, right? Yeah. And you know what? As we were talking about, too, you've kidnapped now. You strong-armed robbery. There is no going back. There's no getting out. There's no, like, hey, you know what? In 2 years with good behavior.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
No. So interesting. Hey, you got the big 430 NES?
Oh, that'll be fun. I wonder if she'll continue to lie about how much money they're spending.
I think it's going to be somebody new up there. So they're going to bring in a ringer to try to get through some of this. Yeah.
Well, they need some sort of crisis communicator. I assure you of that.
Matt, straight ahead. Stay. Hey, one-hit wonder tomorrow, too. Send us your one-hit wonders. Woo!